In the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty, to throw off such government and to provide new gods for their future security. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having indirect object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. He has refused his assent to laws, the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance, unless suspended in their operation till his assent should be obtained. And when so suspended, he has utterly neglected to attend to them. He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people, unless those people would relinquish their right of representation in the legislature, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants only. He has called together a legislative body that places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the depository of their public records, for the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures. He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly, for opposing with manly firmness his invasions on the rights of the people. He has refused for a long time, after such dissolutions, to cause others to be elected, whereby the legislative power, incapable of annihilation, have returned to the people at large for their exercise, the state remaining in the meantime exposed to all the dangers of invasion from without and convulsions within. He has endeavored to prevent the population of these states, for that purpose obstructing the laws for naturalization of foreigners, refusing to pass others to encourage their migrations hither, and raising the conditions of new appropriations of land. He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing his assent to laws for establishing judiciary powers. He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their offices and the amounts and payment of their salaries. He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance. He has kept among us, in times of peace, standing armies without the consent of our legislatures. He has effected to render the military independent of and superior to the civil power. He has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution and unacknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts of pretended legislation, for quartering large bodies of armed troops among us, for protecting them by a mock trial from punishment for any murders which they should commit on the inhabitants of these states, for cutting off our trade with all parts of the world, for imposing taxes on us without our consent, for depriving us in many cases of the benefits of trial by jury, for transporting us beyond seas to be tried for pretended offenses, for abolishing the free system of English laws in a neighboring province, establishing therein an arbitrary government, and enlarging its boundaries so as to render it at once an example and fit instrument for introducing the same absolute rules into these colonies, for taking away our charters, abolishing our most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of our government, for suspending our own legislatures and declaring themselves invested with power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever. He has abdicated government here by declaring us out of his protection and waging war against us. He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coasts, burned our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people. He is at this time transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the work of death, desolation, and tyranny, already begun with circumstances of cruelty and perfidy, scarcely paralleled in the most barbarous ages, and totally unworthy the head of a civilized nation. He has constrained our fellow citizens, taken captive on the high seas, to bear arms against their country, to become the executioners of their friends and brethren, or to fall themselves by their hands. He has excited domestic insurrections among us, and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers the merciless Indian savages, whose known rule of warfare is an indistinguished destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions. In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. A prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be the ruler of a free people. Nor have we been wanting in attentions to our British brethren. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislature to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us. We have reminded them of the circumstances of our emigration and settlement here. We have appealed to their native justice and magnanimity, and we have conjured them by the ties of our common kindred to disavow these usurpations, which would inevitably interrupt our connections and correspondence. They too have been deaf to the voice of justice and of consanguinity. We must therefore acquiesce in the necessity which denounces our separation and hold them as we hold the rest of mankind, enemies in war, in peace friends. We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, in General Congress assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions, do in the name and by authority of the good people of these colonies solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are, and of a right ought to be, free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved, and that as free and independent states they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things which independent states may of right do. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
That was the great John F. Kennedy Jr. reading the Declaration of Independence. I'm not happy right now, guys. I got to be honest with you. Not happy, but you know, this is taking a step back in our movement in American history. This is not a good day today in American history, and I'll explain why in this video. And this is why I tell you guys it's very, very important to study politics and understand how the world works. And unfortunately, today it came to a head, and the worst happened today. You know, it's just sad, man. It's sad, but you know, we're gonna talk about this stuff, and then we're gonna talk about what we can do to fix it. And not happy today, man. Not happy. I had a whole nother video planned, but we got to deal with this. Everything went nuclear today. It's a civil war, and we got to deal with it, and we're gonna deal with it together. We're gonna fight this thing, and because the narrative is gonna be coming out, and it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. But hey, we're here together to fight together, just like those men, those brave men that signed the Declaration of Independence in 1776. Those 56 brave men. We're gonna get together and be brave and fight against this nonsense. What's up, guys? It is Thursday, June 5th, June 5th, man. This will be a day that we won't forget. I'm telling you that. Mark my words. We're at the Bitcoin block height of 899,955. TikTok, next block. For those of you that have been living under a rock, there's a civil war going on right now between Donald Trump and Elon Musk, and these are two men that I revere and I respect, man. And this is not good, man. I'm not even gonna bury the lead or sugarcoat anything. This is not good, okay? And I'm telling you that. But again, we can beat it, but it's not good. Clean your machine, Ian. Thank you, man. You just sent me a 2,500 zap. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much. We're gonna put everybody on the wheel. We're still gonna have some fun, but we're gonna learn some stuff today. And this is why I tell you guys, man, it's very, very, very important to understand politics and who's running this country. Because if you don't know who the rulers are, they will rule over you. And we got to get together, man, and do this. I'm way off. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm off kilter right now. I wasn't gonna cancel the show or nothing, but I had something completely planned. I was gonna talk about the big beautiful bill, and I'm still gonna talk about it. But obviously, with this going on, this is gonna trump that. No pun intended. Oh man, let's get into this. EB, what's going on, bro? You are first. How are you, man? Good to see you. Hello, friends. EB, good to see you, man. V, let's roll. Hey, Jerry, congrats, EB. Hope everyone has done well today. I have. Let me put you on this wheel, man. Put you on this wheel. My goodness, man. I just did not think this was going to happen, man. And the worst part about this, I'll get into this in a second. Joe, what's up, bro? Jerry, what's good? Not too much right now, Joe. Not too much right now. But again, we're gonna get through this, man. Bitcoin paradox. And again, like I said, I'm not gonna sugarcoat here. Nothing on this channel. You will not be sugarcoated on anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't know these people personally or nothing like that, but I spend a lot of time, and I have been spending a lot of time, studying these people. This is why I said the 2024 election was very, very important, and it is. And now with this going on, Elon Musk is not a guy that you want to go against, man. He's not. You know what I mean? And there is a civil war going on. It's the same thing in the Democrat Party. And I told you yesterday about there's 4 parties and stuff like that. And we're going to get into that stuff. Elon for Prez 2028. Absolutely not. I'm not for that, man. I'm just letting you know where I'm at right now. So I'm just telling you right now, I'm on Trump's side. Okay? I like Elon Musk, though, right? I like Elon Musk. He's still I'm not on the either or side, but I am with Donald Trump because he is the president of the United States of America. And I'm going to tell you why I'm on Trump's side here in a little bit. And I'm not saying Trump is completely not to blame for this. I wish there was more talking. I did I put a post in the Signal. Nobody reacted to it because there was a bunch of stuff after what I said. But I'm going to show it to you and I'm going to read it to you because there's a lot of noise going on and people are going to fall for this, man. They're going to fall for this. Let me pull it up. I don't know if you guys know who Steve Bannon is. Steve Bannon is a guy that I like him, but he's something else, man. He's something else. He likes to start a lot of stuff up. And Steve Bannon, remember a few months ago when the what was that stuff with the immigrants coming in? The what was that bill with remember when Elon and Vivek got together on something and they just completely kind of like kicked Vivek out? And Steve Bannon was like, I don't trust Elon Musk and blah, blah, blah. He hates Elon Musk. He really doesn't like him. And now he's doing a victory dance. And I'm going to show you the video about that later. And Steve Bannon was kind of an agitator. And Trump, kind of took his side. And I don't know if that was a good idea about Trump, but I also think Elon's mad about some things behind the scenes. I don't think this has anything to do with the big, beautiful bill, by the way. Okay. Elon knew about the bill months ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he liked it or nothing like that. And but again, he's Elon is a different kind of guy, man. He's not a regular dude. He's on the spectrum, and I think he thought he had a little bit more power than he did. I'm not buying what Trump said either, and I'll show you that video here in a second. It's a lot of big egos here, man. A lot of human beings doing a lot of human being things, a lot of feelings. But again, Trump is my president, and I'm backing my president. You know what I mean? And do I think Elon Musk can convince some of these Republicans to not vote for this bill? I don't know. We're going to see this quote unquote big beautiful bill. I don't like the bill, by the way. I think Elon Musk is 100% right about the bill, but again, he should have said this earlier. And again, we'll talk about that. Bitcoin John, how are you? Jen, I'm sorry, Jen. I'm so sorry. How are you, ma'am? Good to see you. Hi, peeps. Thunder up. Okay, good. Good. This show's going to be a little different today, man. It's going to be a little different, and I'm going to try to get myself together here because, again, this is not good, okay? This is not good, but we're going to fight through this, man. This is something that I didn't want. I did not want this, but it happened, and we got to deal with it. Bitcoin John, how are you, man? I just came here to say this, okay? Sharper, what's up, bro? Let's get this show crack-a-lacking. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. John, Bitcoin John. Hopefully you stay, man. Bitcoin John. Man, I am boy, I'm off, boy. I am off right now. Man, Elon boy, he went nuclear, man. You know what he said about Trump? Do I believe that? Let me say this right now. No, I don't believe that. Okay? I do not believe that about Donald Trump. Okay? I do not. Ian says 7. How you doing, Ian? Thank you so much, Ian. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Forgive me today, guys. I need some grace today, please, and thank you. You're 7th. Yes, you are. Iced coffee in hand, pinkies up, and socks on feet. Let's do this. Let's do it. Hello, everybody. Sharper, I hope you picked up some cheap dippity dip sats, family. I did. That's a silver lining out of this. What's up, David B? How are you, sir? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. We're gonna watch some clips on this stuff. And man, what's good, my brother? David, what's good? Sharper, just enjoying this Trump versus Elon shit show, my brother. Bitcoin don't care. It doesn't. But I do care. I do care about this. Again, I always tell you guys this on this channel. I love Bitcoin. Bitcoin is my thing, but it's fourth in line for me, right? It's God, family, country, Bitcoin for me in that order. I am a hardcore American, and I want to use Bitcoin to help my country. You know what I mean? I just love my country, man. And I'm a big patriot. I was in the military, and I've always had a lot of admiration for this country. That's why I play the Declaration of Independence, read by, to me, one of the greatest top 5 men presidents that's ever lived, John F. Kennedy. I believe he started a lot of this nonsense, especially with the quote unquote conspiracy theory. If you know, you know. And I'll fight tooth and nail for this country, man. And I think this power struggle is gonna start separating us. And the reason I'm sad about it because a lot of stupid people are gonna fall for it. And I'm going to try to educate you guys today on not falling for it, man, and not like picking sides or whatever. I mean, again, I know I said Trump was my president and all that, but he's my president, man. You know what I mean? And if Elon Musk wants to do all this stuff, man, he's falling right in the hands of the Democrats. Do you know what the Democrats are going to do now? They're going to run with this story. All this stuff we had against the Democrats, they're going to not talk about it at all. Democrats are going at each other. They're not going to talk about this. All they're going to talk about is Trump and Elon Musk for the next 2 weeks to 2 months. That's what the whole news cycle is going to be. And people are so stupid, they're going to fall for it. You know what I mean? I don't like the bill, guys. Okay, I'm not liking it. Bitcoin don't see politics. Well, it does. That's why the price went down today. All Bitcoin cares about is consuming assets. I disagree with that, man. 100. Ver Hoofty Floofin. As a Canadian who supported Trump only for Trump to screw my country over, and as a Tesla stock owner, I say you go Elon and screw Trump. Okay, well, I don't agree with that. Yo, what's up, y'all? Ver, you new here, man? I'll put you on the wheel. Yo, what's up, bro? Yeah, now listen, I'm not gonna like condemn anybody for disagreeing with me. I know, half the people, about a third of the people are gonna say Trump, the other third are gonna say Elon, the other third are gonna say Bitcoin doesn't care, right? And I'm okay with either one of them, man. Either one of them. I must say, when Elon showed up with the black eye a few days ago, my spider sense was buzzing. Look up Black Eye Club. Might not be connected, but interesting. Yeah, I saw his black eye, but I didn't know about the black eye club. I do agree with Trump's social policies, but his economic policies have been a disaster. I agree and disagree. Elon can kick rocks. And when I'm saying that I'm on Trump's side, I mean, I'm not saying I completely am off of the Elon Musk train. I love Elon Musk. This is akin to this. I am looking at two men that I revere and love a lot. That'd be like my dad and my uncle fighting, right? My dad is Trump and Elon's my uncle, right? And I love my dad, but I love my uncle too. But my uncle did some stuff I don't like to my dad. My allegiance is more to my dad, but I love them both. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at right now. And then everybody around the family, because these two guys are so strong and everybody's going to be talking about it versus talking about the actual family problems, And this is what I'm talking about, man. You know, so Elon might get with the Bitcoin stuff. And again, I fell out with Elon a couple years ago with the Doge stuff. I'm not talking about Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency. I'm talking about the Doge coin and all this other stuff, and him selling his Bitcoin and some of the neural stuff he's been doing. And again, I'm not saying he's trying to take over the world and he's this evil guy. I don't believe that. I do believe Elon's a good guy, but I think his feelings are hurt right now. That's how I see it. And again, I will get into that in this video. Joe said it's all good, Jerry. You're allowed to support anyone you want. Politics don't end friendships. Exactly. Absolutely. Hold on. I got to grab my glasses. This can't be. Django, is that you? Tory. Yeah, it could be. You can't trust any politicians. Any means any. Yeah, that's true. But you can't. But you can trust them for one thing: to act in their best interest. You can trust them to do that. Yeah. Oh, Tori, let me put you on the wheel. How you doing, Tori? Sorry, guys. Again, forgive me today. I'm a little off today, but the job, the show must go on. Welcome, Tori. Maddie from Satoshi Central. LOL. My strike just sent a notification saying BTC files are open source. Buy the dip. They on it. Oh yeah, they on it. What's up, Maddie? Good to see you. They on it, man. Maddie from Satoshi Central. Hope you are doing well, young lady. Good to see you in the chat. Tori says, if politics ends your friendship, then you never really had a friendship to begin with. Exactly. And I know people like that. They were never friends, obviously. Bitcoin paradox. You think so, and I agree, but I see so many cases where literal flesh and blood family cutting ties because they voted for Trump. Sad, man. Yeah. And it's usually the people with TDS. So, F left or right. We are Bitcoiners. We are family. Yep, exactly. Sharp is sad, but you are so right. I try to never judge. Yeah. jerrylovesfreedom. If I go MIA, we've got storms coming through. No tornadoes right now, but keeping power could be an issue. Okay, Jen. You be careful out there. Be safe. What's up, gang? Great time to buy some. Yeah, I made a big buy. Real big buy. Good to see you, Philly. If I'm missing you on the wheel, tell me. I'm sorry. I'm a little. I'm just. I'm off right now, man. I'm off, man. Because I cannot stand these people, the Democrats and the liberal media, and they are just going to be all over this, man. You know what I mean? And it's just like these people are so stupid, man. And who do you think that? By the way, who do you think the Democrats are going to side up with? You think they're going to be on Elon's side or Trump's side? You take a wild guess, guys. Okay. And Elon knows better than this, man. I'm effing purple. I don't agree 100% on either side, but both sides have good points every now and then. Yeah. I mean, I'm red, white, and blue. That's my colors. You know what I mean? I don't have a red. I don't have a blue. I got a white in the middle, and that's my colors. Red, white, and blue. Breathe and vent, Jerry. We got you. Thank you, V. I appreciate you. I appreciate that, man. I am a political centrist. Okay. Hello, friend. What's up, Sonny? How are you? Ver, I'm going to put you on the wheel, man. Ver. I'm going to put you as VHF. Good to see you again, Sonny. VHF. Until further notice. Let me see who you are. Good to see you, my friend. But we're going to get into this, man. And again, this is just now happening over the last few hours. So as more things come in, we're going to learn and do it together. You know what I mean? New subscriber here. Thanks for having me. No doubt, man. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. You're coming in on a crazy day today, man. Crazy day. Normally my show is not like this, but again, this is something we got to deal with. That's what I meant the other day, how governments can stir ish up, and Bitcoin stays flat or dip down. Yeah, it did dip today, though. I don't know if it's because of this. I think it's because there's also some job report stuff going on, too. Again, opinion. The only reason BTC went down is because of manipulation. This is all they show going on. Bitcoin is still worth one Bitcoin. Yes, sure is, brother. I have Trump's back. I have Trump's back, too. I have Elon's back too, believe it or not. I love me some Elon. You know what I mean? But if there was two roads and both of them were like, hey, come with me, I got to go with Trump, man. You know what I mean? I'd go to the end of the earth for Elon, though. I love me some Elon. You know what I mean? I don't like everything he does, just like I don't like everything Trump does. But I got to give it Trump, man, for me. You know what I mean? Again, some of the things Trump did, I did not like, and I disagree with him. I'm going to show you a video. Some of the things he said, I disagree with him. You know what I mean? And Elon is a troll, man. You got to understand. Elon is a troll, and he's on the spectrum. You know, and Trump was a troll too, and they're both very, very powerful men. And Trump didn't like the fact that the media was saying that Elon was the president and all this other stuff. And I believe Elon thought some things that were going to happen that didn't happen. You know, one of his boys was supposed to get a job. One of Elon boys was supposed to get a job with NASA, and he didn't get it. And I think that was one of the straws that broke the camel's back. To be honest with you, more other things too. And again, Elon has a lot of ties with the government, man, and he gets a lot of subsidies from the government, from his companies. So he has dare I say, a few conflict of interests, if you will. And Trump said in his tweet, "Hey, we need to cut this and cut that out of Elon stuff because of Biden." And then after he said all that, Trump said that. That's when Elon said, "Hey, he's on what's island and the list and all that." And I didn't believe that as soon as it came out. I'm like, well, that's the case. Why didn't you say it earlier? Number one. Number two, why you got your son around Trump, Elon? You know what I mean? And again, that is something you can't take back. Once you say something like that, you cannot take that back. And I can't forgive Elon for that. That right there, like if somebody said that about me, that basically I'm a P aisle. If he said that about me, man. And again, how long did you know this, Elon? Did you just find this out? Like, come on, man. David B. Elon showed his true colors. I mean, I think he's an emotional guy, man. And again, these are human beings, just like us. We have feelings, they have feelings, just on a high level for everybody can see. We all go through this stuff with our friends, family, and stuff like that. They're just high level humans. That's all. And there's a lot of nuances in this stuff, guys. Not black and white. And everybody's not 100% right on one side and 100% right or wrong on the other. It doesn't work like that. Again, a lot of nuances going on. There's no coming back from this. The Elon, Donnie T marriage is over. Yeah. And the thing is, Trump was kind of taking it easy on him in the interview. And I'll show you this in a few minutes. And I was like, man, Trump is, this is before the nuclear bomb Elon Musk landed. But then once that was said, there ain't no coming back from that. And again, it's again, this is not good, but we'll work through it. Philly, good is good. Everybody is a blessing. Stack Satch, yes, I'm doing that. Sin Diesel, my man, we missed you yesterday. How are you, sir? Good to see you, man. I really want to hear your thoughts on this, brother. I know you got some good nuggets on this. Trey, what's going on, guys? What's up, Trey? How are you? You a new guy? Hey, Sin. Let me know where you're from and stuff if you're new and everything. I'm for Trump. Me too, man. Hola, David. Hey, Trey. Me too, Ian. Yeah. And again, if you're for Elon, that's fine. I'm for Elon too. Except that thing he said, And again, if it is true what Elon is saying about Trump, my question is, why didn't you say it earlier? You just didn't find this out after an argument. You know what I mean? If you really thought that, why are you bringing your son around him? Tori said, I feel like right now is going to show who are just sheep. Yeah, just because they're fighting doesn't mean that you stop supporting the other and pick a side. Yes, because just last week you were for both. Exactly. I agree with that. Hola, what's up, Meggies? How are you? It's just these freaking Democrats, man. They're such freaking snakes. They're going to use this, man, in the establishment and the GOP and stuff. They're just going to use this. Hey, Megan, even if it's Epstein versus Trump, the left will side with Epstein. Exactly. And don't ever think for 1 minute that list is not coming out because of Trump. The list hasn't coming out, even under Biden. It ain't because of Trump, guys. A lot of people on both sides of the aisle, by the way, that was on that list. Joe says, everyone was screaming they love Elon when he was trying to get us another stimmy check. Just saying. Yep. True. Hi, Sin. Hi, David. Tori. Oh, did I forget to say hi to everyone? I just came in and rambled. Hello, class. Hello, everyone. Hey, Renita. We missed you yesterday. How are you? Crazy times, right? And we're gonna navigate this together. I don't have all the answers. I have some, and I have some conclusions on what I think happened, and I'm gonna give them to you. Maybe you know them or not, but I want you guys to project on that or talk to me about that too. Joe says, "Ever, what's good? Welcome. I know you from from Georgetown. Okay, cool. Hey, everybody. Where you from, Ver? Yasa, that is so very true, Jerry. So don't sweat it. We focused on generating generational wealth that will last when Elon and Trump is dead and gone. Don't trip. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's one layer of it. But again, I don't want to lose my country in the process of getting rich. Okay, I get it. Money's great and all this other stuff, but I'm not finna lose my country, man. And I'm not to say, oh, Bitcoin's going to solve this and solve that. It's not going to solve everything, man. We have to nip this stuff in the bud, bro. Like seriously, you know what I mean? This is why I was for Trump in 2024, and Elon was a big catalyst on that. And I thank Elon for that. I'll never forget what he did for us. Hey, Joe and Tori, Ronita, they're just playing 40 chess. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. David, yep, I'm crypto investor since 2022. Maybe Bitcoin investor. David, just my own opinion. There's something going on behind the scene. I feel this is all planned for something else they're going to reveal. Keep eyes open. Okay. I don't think so. If you're saying like these two are working together to fool everybody, I don't think that's the case, man. Because you don't say stuff like that. If that's what you're saying, Sharp, I don't know if that's what you're saying. I know you're a smart guy, man. You don't say something like that about Trump unless it's either true or you're very, very angry with him. You know what I mean? And you want to, crush him, and your feelings are hurt or something. That's something you don't say. Agree. This 40 chess and Trump bad cop to Elon's good cop, in my opinion. Okay. All right, Tori. Patty P. How are you, Patty P? Patty P. It's going to be interesting one today, man. It's good to see you, though, Patty. It's good to see all you guys. Seriously. Jen says, twin. Jerry, how do you know it's not true? How do I know what's not true? I don't know for a fact it's not true, but I don't know anything that's not true or not. I'm just telling you my educated opinion based on some facts that I've seen. Elon crossed the line. He knew what that lie would do. He knows the media will never stop. Elon is a backstabbing loser. I can't disagree with that, man. Renita Divine, you took off a couple of nights so Emily could win again. The sun around him thing is not really a good argument, in my opinion. He could just not be into. I'm not saying Trump went to the island, though. Okay. I think that's a good argument. Because if I felt, first of all, let me say this, Sharper, and I respect the hell out of you, you know that. But two things. One, if I knew that he was on the list, I wouldn't have worked with him and begin with. Number one. Right? I don't think Elon would have worked with him if he really knew that. That's number one. And number two, it doesn't matter if he's around boys or girls or whatever, if he liked whatever. I'm not bringing my child around somebody that went onto that island because you don't know what he was doing on that island. Elon doesn't know if he really knew that. Even if he knew there was girls or whatever, I would never work with him if I was Elon, and I would never bring my kids around him. So I got to disagree with you on that one, bro. Sin. Trey, I'm doing good. Good, man. Where you from, Trey? What's up, David B? Clean your machine. Yo, Sin. Trump equals PLTR. Elon equals Theo. JD. Psy. JD's in Elon's pocket, I believe. Psy. It's all theater, not what it seems. In the world of Bitcoin, this is called a distraction. I think everything else outside of Elon being mad at Trump for not getting the power that he wanted and Trump siding with the people that were anti Elon in the MAGA situation, everything else is a distraction. But it is a problem, though. It is. What up? I still hope Trump does good things and God bless America. Yeah, I don't like a lot of stuff that Trump is doing. You know what I mean? I don't like the big beautiful bill. I don't. You know what I mean? I think it's spending too much. But again, he's not a king, guys. He has to run this stuff through Congress, and every single one of these people are hooked on the money. And I talked about this yesterday. Sin, hola, Sharper. Patty. Sin, what up, bro? Joe, y'all, what's good, brethren? I knew you would agree, Django. Hey, I like Django. I could be Django. Hey, Tori. Hey, Veer. Hey, guys. Tons of knowledgeable people here. Absolutely. Hey, Renita Cinder. Yep. Forget about ever getting Epstein clarity. Ain't going to happen. I don't think so either. There's too many people that's going to get hurt. Just saying. Renita, just like the JFK files, just like the Martin Luther King files, just like 9/01 that happened, just like a lot of stuff that's never going to get uncovered. The election of 20. I want an investigation on that. 81 million? I don't think so. Class is now in session. I'm Canadian. Okay, good, cool. Tell me what city you in. Patty. A. V. Tori says, V, I'm not for the knowledge. I'm here to bring the laughies, she says. She's for the knowledge too, though. As a new crypto investor, I fell in the altcoin trap and I'm now waiting patiently to sell alts and buy only Bitcoin in the bear market. Don't wait, brother. Not financial advice, financial advice. Don't wait. Bitcoin's price is down. Sell that crap and put it into Bitcoin. It doesn't matter if you think it's going up, and it's not going to go up versus Bitcoin, my friend. If you're in that, if you're like on that for real, just sell them, cut your losses, cut your quote unquote loss. It won't be a loss, and put it into the hardest money in the world. Yikes! The drama with Trump and Elon today. Whoo, yes, this is. I'm telling you, man, this is going to change the scope of our country. It is. I do own Bitcoin though. Oh, that's good. Get some more. You did say Trump wasn't there. I don't think he was. I don't think he was there. I don't think he was on the island. I don't. Based on the things that I've seen, I don't know that for a fact. But I don't know anything for a fact. By the way, disclaimer: I don't know these people personally. I don't hang around them personally. I'm not claiming. But based on the things that I've seen, trust me, if Trump was on that island, I don't care who was getting in trouble. They would throw every Democrat under the under the bus to nail Trump. If Trump was on that island and the Democrats knew it, trust me, everybody would be talking about it day and night. Where's my homegirl Emily? Yeah, I don't know. I also own Tesla stock. Yeah, me too. For to get that out of the way, full disclosure, I'm a Tesla owner and I'm going to keep Tesla. I'm an Elon supporter, man. Elon and Trump are titans. Elon, it depends on how you look at it. Elon may be more important than Trump long term, but then short term, Trump winning the election may be. Then again, Elon helped Trump win. And again, these people are two titans, man. One is a political power, the most political powerful person in the world, and the other person is the richest man in the world. We're going to see who wins. Again, this is not something that I wanted to get into, man. I did not want to see this happen, man. Patty P. Trey says Vinland, New Jersey. Okay. All right. Let me put you on the Miz app. Thanks for dropping that. Man, today is a day that I just wanted to just bury myself and just like, man, I just want to bury my head in the. I already got you on here, bro. My bad, Trey. I already got you, man. My bad, my brother. Joe says, Sin, yes, all a fake out. Just my opinion. Okay. I don't think so. God, I wish Jerry Springer was still here. This Elon versus Trump would be taken care of so quick, and we know all the tea. That would be nice. She said Django revolt because I liked it. That's why, because I liked it. Okay. I should have said I didn't. No, I agree, bro. Elon is a fake, and if he knew that Trump was on the island, then why would he himself be around him? Just saying. Elon's kid is around many people in the White House and not alone with DT. Okay, fair point. Fair point, bro. Fair point. Agreed. 20, yes. That's putting it lightly, my friend. Hey, Yasmin, yep. During the quote unquote bear market, the alts will bleed even worse. Yeah, man. Get rid of them, bro. Save and store your money and wealth in Bitcoin to make cash flow to buy more Bitcoin with do things like trade commodities to start a business. Yep. We are still in a bull market and alt season is coming. We will sell them in profit later this year. Then I will buy Bitcoin in 2026, 2027 bear market. Good luck with that. My name, Les, I'm out. My name, Les, I'm out the mess. I do agree that Bitcoin is the one. Yes. Hey, finger pickers. What's up, finger pick? Well, you're walking into it, man. You're walking into it. Oh, man. My energy, man. Man, my energy's down, man. I'm not going to lie. Wow. Wow. Hard times make strong men. Left can go, boys. Yep. I just hit the like button. 8 likes, 27 in here. Hit the like button. Well, they're probably not hitting the like buttons. I ain't giving them nothing to like, to be honest with you. I'm not doing a good job today. If you're part of a secret society like the island, I don't think it would be smart to go after kids who are well known. You'd go after the kids from the small towns. Less noticeable, just my opinion. I agree with that. I agree. That's why I think Elon had no issue bringing his kid around. Yeah. But again, if he knew that, Tori, if Elon knew that, why is he working with him in the first place? Would you work with somebody like that? I know you wouldn't. Jerry Springer, Patty. Finger. Hi, Freedom Family. Just asking about you, Emily. Good to see you, ma'am. How are you? We got 19 on the wheel and 27 in here. So somebody is window shopping. Emily, I've been waiting for you, girl. Me too. Emily's here. Get the show started. Yes. Commercial break. Good to see you, man. How are you? Good to see you, brother. McWebb, food and Bitcoin. That's all. That's all. Okay. I wish my life was that easy. I wish I could not think about this stuff. Very good to see you, McWebb. Patty P. Hey, Ems. Joe says, Jerry, now I have to tell Tori to make more jokes to make you laugh. You can make me laugh, but it's still, this is a day that's just not good, man. And Harley Quinn, they go after the famous kids too. Too many of those kids have been abused horrifically. Yep. Sharper. Emily says, love you all. We love you too. We love you more, Emily. Someone who's enjoying the Trump versus Elon show is lurking, but want to remain anonymous. Yeah, they're loving this, man. People that don't like me, that know how I am about Trump and Elon, they love this, man. They love it. These people are stupid, man. So stupid. Tori says, why did any of the people work with or emptying? People don't care when it involves business. And that's the sad truth about this world. You keep your mouth shut and get paid. True. But I'm talking about Elon Musk, Tori. I get you. I agree with that, what you just said. But I'm talking about Elon. He don't have anything to gain. He was losing money. He wasn't getting paid. He was losing money with Tesla. His name was getting dragged in the mud. His stocks was going down. He didn't get paid at the job. But now he's telling on him, quote unquote, saying that he did this stuff. Again, if it was that bad and you didn't like it, then why'd you work with him? And that's a rhetorical question, by the way. Those kids sign NDAs in exchange for money. Class has nothing to do with it. Ever needed divine? Is your streak going to continue tonight? Good question. I think the last 4 people that have been presidents, I went to what's island. I'm not saying they were there to do wrong, but Alex Jones says they were there. Yeah, I've heard that too. Sir. This will amount to a new age version of Rockefeller versus Carnegie with a side of Vanderbilt and JP Morgan. Nice. We're witnessing an updated version of The Man That Built America documentary history rhymes. That's a good way to say it, Sin. Yeah, for those of you that think that this is not a big deal or whatever, this is a huge deal. What happened today? This is huge, man. Because again, our country was going one way, and with Elon doing what he was doing with Doge and everything else, and our economy going off a cliff at the same time, and the Democrats trying to take back power, we cannot let these people win, man. And will Elon Musk back the Democrats now? I don't know, because he's not going to back Trump, obviously. Is JD Vance in his pocket? Or, does he have JD Vance in his pocket? I don't know. Is he going to wait for Trump to get out? I don't know, man. I don't know. And again, it's hard to bet against either one of these two dudes, man. You know what I mean? They're just titans, Yes, and you know it, Tori, Ed Jen. No, they go after the kids who want to be famous because the fame is the promise that makes them more compliant. And then the abuse just continues. They do it to adults too, not just kids. They sure do, Tori. The golden age would be a remix of the gilded age. Study that historical period. Okay, bro. It's all about the power to them. Exactly, Tori. Say it again. That's what it's all about with these freaking people, man. And again, I can't go in the way I want to. Like today, I honestly want to go on Rumble today. I was really thinking about it because I can't say what I want to say because there's a lot of stuff. That I've gotten a lot of trouble for saying, but it's the truth, man. Sharper, you go Epstein Islands. There's only one reason why. Good point. My money's on Elon. Hey, man. It's hard to bet against either one of them. Hi, Jerry and everyone. What's up, Straw Man? Good to see you, bro. If I said your name and talked to you and haven't put you on the wheel, let me know. As Sharp, I'm trying to give Trump the benefit of the doubt. I'm trying to give both of them the benefit of the doubt, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I don't think Trump did that at all. If I had to get a percent chance, it'd be less than 0.1% chance that Trump went there. And if he did go there, let's just say he did, I don't think so, man. I just don't. I just don't see Trump in that light. Now, again, if something comes out and the video's there and I see it, then I'll change my mind. You know what I mean? But I'm also giving Elon Musk the benefit of doubt of why he said it. And maybe he might come out and say, hey, man, I was mad. I didn't mean it. Blah, 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 blah. Maybe he'll do that. I don't know. But again, that's something that's very hard to take back, man. Trey says, why he hired him just to fire him? Well, Trump did say that he got rid of Elon, and I don't think that's true. I think his time was up anyways. And Elon was taking arrows from everybody. But if you look at Elon Musk's body language in that last quote unquote goodbye meeting where he had the black eye and Trump gave him the key to the White House or whatever, Elon Musk's his body language was a little weird. Again, he's on the spectrum and stuff, but he didn't seem happy to me. That's all I'm saying. Tory in the house. My money is on. Oh wait, it's all on Bitcoin already. Nicely done, sir. I like that take, Sin Diesel. Yeah, Sin is always he's on it, man. He levels. He's up there, man. Straw man. They don't discriminate, and I love history. Me too. Me too, man. A lot of dark stuff in history too. Ed Joe, I feel you, bro. What Elon said was a huge accusation. So if Trump was in fact on an island, that's a wrap. Yeah, that is a wrap. If I find out that he was on that island and there were some nefarious things going on over there, I'm not backing that. No way. Oh, I'm coming in hot today, girl, Renita, and I'm fired up today, Tori says. Since then, Elon was polling on X today for the need for a third party for the 80% of American. I didn't see that. Not represented for the other two parties. Pay attention to what's not being said and seen. I didn't see that. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, Elon is somebody that you don't want to play with. Trump is a powerful man, but Elon is a powerful guy, man. And thank God Trump's in office right now. Because if Elon would have did this during the election, Trump wouldn't have won. Okay, I'm just going to say that right now. Trump would not have won if Elon would have been doing this stuff right now. So, and Trump and Elon helped him win. If it wasn't for Elon, I don't think Trump would have won. Because again, he only won by 2 million votes or something like that. Sharper, you are correct. If he was there, it's over if it gets out. Yeah. Trey, I'm not on that wheel. Got you, bro. Thank you. Jerry, they could be playing 4D chess. I don't think so, Straw. I don't think so, bro. I did at first, but then once I saw some stuff, I was like, nah. I lost 70% on Tesla's stick from that stupid Doge escapade. You don't lose anything. Did you sell? That's the only way you lost. When that stuff happened, you got to buy, man. You know what Tesla's worth. Tesla's like 6 companies in one. Plus, they got 11,000 Bitcoin. The only way you lose if you sell, man. They're playing chess and they're both losing. Yes. Why Bitcoin dipping? I think it has to do with the job report and this stuff. So it's just crazy, man. Yes, and Bitcoin is winning. Yes. The troll's in the house. The troll says, Beauty and the Feast, starring Tom Cruise, he says. Beauty and the Feast, starring Tom Cruise. Is that a movie, the troll? I don't think I've ever seen that one, man. Imagine if we didn't have Bitcoin, bro. I would be lost. We would always be lost. We would all be lost, man. I did not sell. Then you did not lose, sir, if you didn't sell. Hold up. Everyone knew when you voted for Trump that he was a creep, correct? Sorry, alleged creep, but y'all still voted for him anyway. Don't complain now when what we already knew gets confirmed. Exactly. If y'all thought that, yeah. Sharper, that's the main reason I think he was there. He knows he can't take it back. Maybe. Oh, yeah, the troll's in the house. Sharper. All right, I'm behind on the spins. Let's do a spin, guys. We're going to start off with, I don't even know. What was it, 55, I think? Yeah, 955. We're 40 something away, 39 away from 900, from 900,000. Runs New York's in the house. Runs. What's up, bro? How are you? Hope you had a good day. Some people on here that are not saying anything. I think I know who a couple of them are. And they're loving this right now that I'm going through this. Because I got some, a lot of you guys don't know. I got some haters on this channel, man. I ain't talking about the troll. I got some people that really don't like me because of Trump. That's all I'm going to say. And so, yeah, they don't like me. Bitcoin family, what's up, bro? Jen said, you got to remember that Elon has a significant history with witchcraft as well. His power is not from a good place. I had to convince some of my brethren when Elon got on our team that Elon's a good guy. And some of my Trump friends were like, "Nah, man, I don't trust him," and blah blah blah. And again, just saying, that troll. Oh, I didn't know my Amazon shit package was gonna ride this fast. Sheesh. Jerry, can you and I together do a million block giveaway? Can you and I give a million block giveaway? No, I don't have a million sats. You can if you want to. I don't have a million sats to give away. You can if you can do it on your channel. My day start off right with a notification from you. LOL. Yeah, you could do that on your channel, Joe. Unless you just want to send in a million and not want me to give it away, I could do that. Definitely not the troll because he's not afraid to say it on chat. The lurkers are something else. Yeah, exactly. What up, y'all? Not saying Elon isn't a good guy, but until he's dealt with his past, it's still there. Yeah. The troll says this will be forgotten by July, just like the others. If Trump was doing anything like going to that island, the Dems wouldn't have tried to lock him up and him. The island would have been enough. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't agree it would be over in July though. But maybe. It depends, the troll. Like if Elon keeps it going and keeps talking about it, because remember the Democrats are in a civil war right now, the troll, and they're just arguing and stuff. And the mainstream media, they're Trump, they got Trump derangement, and they're going to use Elon. Remember Elon, the anti-Semite. Remember him, the one they hate. They're going to use him to get at Trump. So I don't think so, man. What up? What up, troll boy? Hey, Jen, witchcraft is not always bad. It just has a bad rep because of false info being spread by confused people. Do you know what kind of witchcraft he was preaching? I don't know. All right, so let's do our first spin. Jennifer, this is 9:55 on a historic day for not good reasons. And let's see who can get this first spin for June 5th, 2025. 9:55. Joe, congratulations. Elon posted a clip of Trump and Epstein. Ironically, there's a photo of Elon and Maxwell. Joe says, no, not a million sats, but never mind. Don't worry about it. LOL. If I wanted you to spend 1K, I would put it up for you, but I was saying a bigger giveaway for the millionth block. Oh, okay. My bad, bro. I misunderstood you. Let me go back and read what you said. I'm off a little bit, bro. Jerry, you and I together do a million block giveaway. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, because that's like 100,000 away, man. That's a long time, man. I got you. As someone who used to be in that world, anytime you use witchcraft against someone's free will, it's evil. Okay. Ian says, sorry, I'm back. So crazy busy today. No doubt, man. You're good, man. I got you. If you win, I got you. Don't worry about it. Just like a troll, just like your mom gets forgotten the next morning. Tori says, okay. Yes, you are correct. I will do it on my channel. Okay. What do you think? What do you think? Hey, Bitcoin Kitty. Let me put you on the wheel real quick. Joe is the winner. Bitcoin Kitty. Good to see you back. What do you think? Just a random guess is the lowest BTC will hit in the next bear market if there is one. The next bear market. Depends on what kind of bear market you're talking about. Like the old 80% drops I think are gone. It's just too much momentum and institutional investment in there. Do I think it could go under 100,000? I mean, you saw it today. It touched today. Did it hit under 100K? Last time I checked, it didn't. But I haven't checked it in like an hour. Let me see. No. At the bottom, yeah, it touched 100 and something, 100,000. I think it went under. I don't know, Bitcoin Kitty. Depends on where the price is and when it happens. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's a good question. Let's be real. Both Elon and Trump were likely at Epstein Island. Okay. Joe says, give him to Aiden. Okay. Thank you, Joe. Sure will. Aiden, thank you. And Ian, thanks you for that. Add Joe. First winner of the day, yes. Sid, I agree with the troll. If you think our microwave dome scrolling society would be focused on this in another month, you're giving us as a country too much credit. That's true, right? But again, we're talking about the mainstream media that has Trump derangement syndrome. So if they like stop talking about it in 2 weeks, then yeah, it'll be over. I just don't see them stopping in 2 weeks, especially if Trump with his ego and Elon with his ego keep going back and forth. If they keep going back and forth, the mainstream media is going to cover it because they want to take Trump down no matter what. They'll do it any means necessary, man. That's what I think. Ed Jan, where do you get your information from? What kind of practices did he use to bend people's free will? I think Bitcoin might go as low as 65. Oh boy, I definitely disagree with that, but I hope you're right. This time is different, has wrecked investors for millennia. Yeah. See ya at sin. These people are brainwashed like a mofo. Yeah, yeah, says. I feel like it could hit 70K again. Be it under 60 would surprise me. Man, you guys think that? You guys think that? Bear market 120. Yeah, depends on what it goes up to. Sharper. But yeah. Aiden is welcome. The troll says Elon didn't win the election. DJT attempt won the election, and the Dems being terrible. Beside the Dems had access to the SP filed before Trump won, so if he were on the list, it would have come out. Elon didn't win the election. No. I'm saying he won the election for him. I think he helped him win the election. Because remember the troll, Kamala Harris got 75 million votes, right? And would she had won the electoral? I don't know. But Elon put a lot of money in a lot of places, in a lot of good swing states. I think he definitely helped him. Could he have won without Elon? You're probably right about that. He probably could have won without Elon, but it would have been, I think it'd been a lot tighter. I think you're right about the you know what attempt definitely helped him, and the Dems being terrible definitely helped him. But people was still voted for her at a high clip. 75 million people voted for that lady. So good points, though, the troll. Nice, thank you, BP. Yep, I think Bitcoin's low will hit is 76,400. Where are you guys getting this from? When is this going to happen, by the way? I would love to see that. Historical chart analyst says Bitcoin can go to 65K to 76K. How? How's this going to happen? 76,400 daily charts left. FVG price will return. It does in every market. Okay, well, if that's the case, I'm going to start saving up money then. Did you see that Safe said we could be topped already? No, I didn't see that. The Dems didn't release it because they were on the Epstein list. That's part of it too. Yeah. Yep. Strawman Dems are salivating over this. Yeah. But that's true. Sharper. Absolutely. Because it has done that historically. Okay. Well, we'll see. I hope to God you guys are right. Like, seriously. That would be incredible, man. I would be so happy about that. Okay, Jen. Aiden won 955 thanks to Joe from Bitcoin Paradox. Let's see who can win 956. Bitcoin John. Yeah, so they talking about in the next bear market, but when's the bear market? What month does that start? Because again, we're at 100,000 now. What price are we going to be right before the bear market stops? Are we going to be at 140, 130? You know, where are we going to be? From what point are we going to go down to that price? Sharper says, correction, you will save your Fiat, Jerry. You are right, sir. I told you, Jerry, yesterday we would dip again, and we did. The big dip is coming. Well, it didn't dip because what you said, man. It dipped because of all this nonsense that happened today. Nobody knew this was coming. This is like a Black Swan event, man. You know, nobody knew this was coming. So exact time is impossible. A price has memory. Yeah. Nobody called this for this price to go because of this stuff. Nobody did. Jerry, markets sometimes return to the point of breakout. In this cycle, we broke out at like 65K, so we may return there. Jerry, markets sometimes return to the point where in this cycle, we broke out like 65K. But when, though? So we may return there. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. Just when. Like around what time? Like a couple of months? What happened? You know, around when, bro? Yeah, exactly. Everybody keeps saying 65, 70. Again, I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm not one of those dudes that tells you what the price is going to be, because I don't know, man. I have no idea. I don't, honestly, not to be funny, I don't listen to that stuff. When people say, oh, the price is going to do this and nobody knows what's going to do. Nobody knows. Because if you did, you would just save all your money up and dump when it happens. Nobody knows. Yes, next bear market, 2026, 2027. Okay, man. If you think Bitcoin is going to be 65,000 or 76,000 in 2026, 2027, hey, man, you're a better man than me. 56 to Bitcoin. John, yay. I don't know if Bitcoin John's here, though. John, woohoo. And let me say this. Forgive me for my tone today, guys. I'm a little perturbed, and I'm not like there's nothing personal against y'all. I almost didn't do the show today. I've got to be honest with you, because I just didn't feel like doing it. I just didn't feel like it. I'm doing it, obviously, but I knew my attitude wouldn't be the best today. Um, so Trump, Melania, and the older sons were on the flight from the 90s. Hangman Ep was seen with Trump on a Trump property. This has been posted and shown before. All happened before Trump publicly denounced Ep. Yeah, I saw that too. I don't really care if there's a bear market or not. If there's a bear, we just got a huge raise at work. Yes. Yes. Happy Thursday, Jerry and BFF. What's up, Kevin? How are you, man? Talked to Kevin early in the messenger. How's work today, bro? I disagree. Price said it will dip. I disagree. Price said it will dip, and it did. Don't matter what cause point it has happened. I disagree. Price said it will dip, and it did, and it did. Don't matter what cause point is it happened. I don't even understand what you're saying there, bro. Follow the M2. Yep. Flight log does not completely equal island, but the log was there to front run future doubt. Ep was the one playing 4D chess. Yeah, probably. And nobody knows it but me. Jerry, it goes in cycles. You needs to look at moving averages. On daily, the low is 92K, but on the weekly it's 74K. But we broke out from 65K, so all are in play for the bounce. What's going on, everyone? What's up, Chicken? Chicken, how are you, man? Good to see you, bro. That freaking name. Chicken. Yeah, today's crazy today, man. Forgive me. Any person can predict with 74% accurate where price will be in a month-to-month basis. EB depends on how the market responds at each level. Chicken. What Jay said, M2 is the signal. Yep. Diesel, what's going on? Chilling, brother. Enjoying this Bitcoin sale today. Yeah, I bought today. EB knows. Yeah. That was a Babyface song, classy. Yes, it was. All right, Jen. We're gonna spend 956 again. I don't think Bitcoin John's here. I don't think he's here, man. Sorry, guys. I'm just not in a good mood today, man. I'm just not. I'm gonna be honest with you. This freaking sucks, man. Again, this is like I feel like my dad and my freaking uncle are having a major fight in the family's breaking up. You know what I mean? Oh man, this sucks. Facts. Red day equals buy. Yep. I'm just stacking cash position. Selling season is near. Okay. Give your prediction. What's the top in 2025? Mine is 150. Top in 2025? The top, I said 250. The highest it'll go, in my personal opinion. I don't have no idea. I think the low is 140 to 250. That's what I said yesterday. So if you have $100 to spend, put a limit buy order for $33 at 92K, 74K, and 66K. See what happens. Laddered order. See how lucky you get. That sounds pretty smart. Sharper. That Tony Rich and Babyface joint was the jam. Matt, what's up, bro? Good morning, team. How are you? How are you, man? Sorry, but I have to say this. Wicca is a serious spiritual path, not to be lied about. Respect others' practices. Don't judge or belittle their beliefs. Live and let live. Wicca is a serious spiritual path. Did somebody talk about Wicca or something? Hey, EB, I layer buy order all over the charts on Bitcoin, LMAO. Matt, EB, Paradox, word. All right, guys. Let's do 956 again. I'm even dreading watching this Trump video, man. Let's do it. McWebb. Floofing, hell yeah. Sin Diesel. Wicca is witchcraft. Yeah, I know, but who mentioned it though? Did somebody say something about it or something? Somebody said something bad about it? Unless I missed it. Why are we talking about witchcraft? 50 said round 2 goes to McWebster. Yay, yay. McWeb, congrats. I trade Blue Guardian platform. Their records are on the site. I'm in top every month. I would love to talk trades. Did you watch the latest Trump clip, Jerry Loves Freedom? I don't know about the latest one, but I'm going to watch one. I'd like to see it, though, if you want to send it to me, because I have one queued up. Well, someone said Elon's power is from witchcraft and not from a good place. Yeah, I heard that part. But who said whatever? Grimes looks Wicca. He mentioned this whole Elon thing. Yeah, I think that's the one we're looking at. What's up, Mimi? Mimi, today's going to be a little bit of a different show today. I don't know if you heard, but Elon and Trump are going at it, and the country's kind of dividing in MAGA, and it's not good. Oh, wait, you did retweet it, actually. Okay, that's the one, yeah. I was responding to Jen because she was judging Elon for apparently practicing. I just had to say my piece because Wicca is something to take seriously. I'm not discussing it anymore, though, LOL. Okay. Yeah, I heard her say that, but did she specifically say Wicca? That's all I was asking. I did hear her say that. Unless witchcraft is just Wicca altogether. I don't know what the hell it means. I think top 184. Okay. All right, let's watch this little clip real quick. Jerry, look up Elon ex-wife names Grimes. Totally Hollywood witch. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I saw that. Very disheartening. Yeah. 30 people in here. We need 30 likes. Thank you, chicken. Thank you, chicken. All right. I'm going to give you my response on this video right here real quick. He was asked about Elon, and we're going to talk about it. So
practically was here as we had a wonderful send-off. He said, wonderful send-off. Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. I was surprised because you were here. Everybody in this room practically was here as we had a wonderful send-off. He said wonderful things about me. You couldn't have nicer. Said the best thing. He's worn the hat. Trump was right about everything. And I am right about the great, big, beautiful bill. We call it a great, big, beautiful bill because that's what it is. And again, biggest tax cuts in history, biggest economic development moves anywhere. We've never done anything like it. Business is spurred. And I don't know if you've seen the numbers, but the numbers came out. Even the CBO, which is run by Democrats, said that we're going to be doing, I'd like you to discuss it, the 2.8 trillion, that CBO. This is a group of people that are Democrats. They're very hostile to us. They just came out with phenomenal numbers, what it does. You want to mention that, Scott?
Yes, sir. So what we've seen is we keep hearing from the CBO that there's going to be a large deficit from the bill, which we disagree with, but using the CBO scoring, they came out and scored the tariff revenue. We think it'll be the minimum of 2.8 trillion over the 10-year window, which actually puts the bill in surplus if you include the tariff revenue, which they won't do.
It gives you a tremendous surplus.
yeah, they don't factor that in. You know what I mean? And whatever. They're going to do their numbers. They're always trying to downplay what Trump is doing. Again, I'm not a big fan of this bill. I'm not. He claims there's a bunch of tax cuts. He claims, I like the fact that with the, all the tax cuts. Again, I voted for it. I was out here pushing it for the no tax on tips and all the no tax stuff and stuff like that. But again, they're still spending. They are, objectively speaking.
But we're not allowed to use that. For some reason, they say scoring. Nobody knows what scoring means. Maybe a couple of people, but nobody. Somebody sits in the background. They say, well, we're not going to allow that. They're not allowing other things that we have that are tremendously profitable for our country. But if you saw the other day, CNBC, they came out with numbers. And the people on the show, very good people. I've watched them for a long time. They couldn't believe the numbers, how good they are. The numbers were incredible. And that was personal income and also very low inflation. We have very low inflation. We're down to 2% now. And maybe even lower than that. And when I took it over, it was a mess. Remember, we had the worst inflation probably in the history of our country. They say 48 years, but let's say I think it's worse than that. So we had the worst inflation in the history of our country under the Biden administration. Now we're down to a beautiful number, 2%.
That's not a beautiful number. It's theft. Again, like I talked about yesterday with the national debt. The national debt is still increasing, but it's increasing slower than it is. It's still increasing. It's like saying, "Oh yeah, I'm in debt, but we're lowering down the increase of debt." meaning you're still being in debt. Just because you went from 3% to 2%, that means somebody's coming in your house, stealing 3% of your stuff in your house every month, but now they're only stealing 2% of your stuff. It's the rate of inflation. So again, that's not true, Donald Trump, Mr. Trump. I would say low 84K if it were to dip more, just pure speculation. Question is, when will be the last time to see a last double-digit Bitcoin? If so, take advantage of it, especially for those trying to get to 1 Bitcoin. Yeah. I don't know if we're ever going to get that down to 99 again. We might. Who knows? Means where the you been? Aquanetta. Wow. How are you, ma'am? Good to see you. ACQ. Oh, I got to look at your name. How you been? Let me look at the wheel real quick. ACQ UNETTA. How you been, man? Good to see you. Hey, Alvin, Simon. I have no idea why everybody's tripping out over the price of Bitcoin when we all know it's going to go to 81,316. That's right, Ian. Tell them. We know it's going to the exact that number. Sailor says 13 million in 2045. What's your prediction? I have no idea, to be honest. I'm not one of those dudes, man, that tries to pretend I know the price. If somebody asks me, I'll say, oh, it might be this or it might be that. I don't know. You got people, man, that just swear they know the price. I'm just like, you don't know. Nobody knows. You know what I mean? I don't listen to people that do that. When people tell me a price, I don't listen to that crap, man, because that's just crap. They don't know. If you know the price of Bitcoin, tell me the next lottery number. You don't know it. Nettie, how you doing, sister? I'm all in if Bitcoin goes to 80K. That would be nice. That would be nice. Exactly. What's my exact number too? Get to 1 million sats ASAP. Exactly. That's what you need to worry about. Sitting there worrying about what the price is going to be. Just get to 1 million sats, man. Kevin said, with the bill passing and putting pressure on the Fed, I think Trump wants to print more fiat, in my opinion. He has to. He has no choice. He doesn't want to. He has to. You have no idea that it's going to 80K or not, Sword. Bitcoin Kitty says. LOL, Sharper. All I hear is blah, blah, blah. Nothing stopped this train. Blah, blah, blah. Yes. Nothing's going to stop Bitcoin. That's exactly right. The question was, what will the 2025 top be mine? Top be mine is 884,000. I don't know. They have to print fiat, exactly. Priest, thanks, BB. I'm good. Good. Thank you, BB, for saying that. I swear that all I hear too. Yeah. Aquanetta, both divine women in the house. How you been? The two sisters, exactly. Hey, yeah, if exchanges dry up by January 2026, Bitcoin will hit 430K, I believe. But you all can disagree. I don't mind. I like the comments. I don't think, I'm not in the camp. Let me look at this. Let me show you guys something. I'm going to show you guys something. I'm kind of a contrarian. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just going to tell you what I think about it. I am not one of those dudes that think the exchanges are going to dry up. I'm not one of those dudes, right? Here's why I don't believe that. Here's the exchange right here. It's going down, right? It's at 2 million, right? 2.11 million. Let me see if you guys can see this. There's always going to be buyers and sellers, always, right? When you look at where is that at? When you look at the buyer, where's that at? The buyer and seller chart. Hold on one second, guys. I got so much stuff up here. Okay, here it is. When you look at this right here, when you look at the order books, there's always somebody buying and selling. Every time somebody buys, somebody's selling. Everybody, somebody's selling, somebody's buying, right? So when you look at this, and when people tell you, "Oh, all the exchanges are going to be empty," that could happen. I don't know. What's the probabilities of that? I don't think so. I don't think they're just going to be dry and nobody's going to have any Bitcoin because nobody's selling their Bitcoin. I don't see that. You know what I mean? If somebody could sit down and explain that to me, yeah, but I haven't heard any logical arguments for that. So I'm not one of those dudes in that camp. I'm just not, to be completely honest with you. Very close to mine, pretty much the same. Mine has been 85K. Bitcoin Bandit, you're relentless with wheel spinning, Jerry. It's tremendous. A big, bold, beautiful will. What's up, Bitcoin Bandit? How are you? Well, you're in for a different show today. I ain't in the best mood today, man. I'm just let you know. So don't take nothing personal I say today. Because I'm pissed off right now, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I am pissed right now. Aquanetta Divine sounds like a superhero's name while they're at their day job. Yep. Jack Reed, what up, y'all? Elon Trump drama. Yep. I missed that been working too much. They can cut all they want, but nothing stops this train. Yeah. Very true. Very true. But we still got a country to protect, man. I get it, but everybody keeps talking about Bitcoin, which is great. But again, we cannot lose to these Democrats, man. We cannot let these people get back in power. Okay. I'm telling you, man, you cannot let these people get back in power, man. Got to take a call. I'll be back. Okay. I run. You always getting phone calls, man. You must be a player somehow. So true. Sips T 35 watching 7 likes. Let me see where I'm at. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get too many likes on this video. Just saying, which is fine. That's cool. Let's see. I got 24, 25 now. Just liked it myself. I'm all in at 1 million. Exactly, bro. Doesn't matter the price. Under 1 million is very cheap. Under 100 million is very cheap. You need to refresh the screen. Yep. Hey, girlfriend. 34 viewers, 21 likes. I still haven't won that wheel. Suspicious. Still hit the like, tough peeps. Though, still hit the like, though, peep. Always buyers and sellers. Yeah, there's always been buyers and sellers, man. Always. Hey, Jerry. What's up, Rudy? How are you? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Question, Jerry. How does the order book choose what orders to fill first? Let me go back to it. Whoever's the highest bidder. Each exchange has a certain amount on there. Like it's always completely changing. Like there's always going to be buyers and sellers, man. So whoever gets the highest bid gets it. In Bitcoin, there will always be buyers, sellers, and leverage traders getting absolutely wrecked. Yes. People are stupid, man. The reason why I say there's always going to be buyers and sellers is because people don't understand Bitcoin. We're thinking like they're like us. They're not like us, man. You know what I mean? These people are idiots. I know so many people that have Bitcoin that are waiting to sell it. People in my own personal life. Just saying. Rye Bread, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, brother. Hey, y'all. Joe says it's called the order book algorithm. Of an algorithm chooses what orders to fill first, people get blocked out of buys. It's called the order book algorithm. Of an algorithm chooses what orders to fill first, people get blocked out of buys. So what does that have to do with the exchanges, though? Don't forget to smash that like button. Yes, that's why the price will rise because supply will be lower. Yeah, but the problem is there's always going to be a seller, though. There's always going to be an idiot out there selling for fiat, man. Why are you pissed today, Frank? Is it because my country's under attack? Order book algorithm written by the people under the tree on Wall Street. Anything you buy and sell is controlled of you are buying it from an exchange. Jerry, can we watch a video of the Trump-Musk issue? Yeah, I had it on. I'm going to do it. Megan 23. Yeah, let me put it back on. I was watching it earlier. My bad, guys. Like I said, I'm a little off today.
Then there won't be any money for anything.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we got to talk about some trouble in
actually like to keep it there. Better than zero is 2%. It's going down maybe to 1, and 1% is like perfect. That's perfect. You don't want to have zero for certain reasons that nobody is very interested to listen to. But we have almost perfect inflation. Grocery prices are down. Everything. Remember eggs. We weren't going to buy another egg for the.
See, that's just stuff when Trump says stuff like that. No inflation is perfect, okay? Zero inflation is perfect. Actually, prices going down is better. What is deflation? Like with Satoshi's. That's just nonsense what he just said. That's absolute nonsense.
2%. You'd actually like to keep it there. Better than zero is 2%. It's going down maybe to 1, and 1% is like perfect. That's perfect. You don't want to have zero for certain reasons that nobody is very interested to listen to. But we have almost perfect inflation. Grocery prices are down. Everything. Remember eggs. We weren't going to buy another egg for the next 20 years. They were so expensive, right? Remember? You guys all hit me about eggs. Eggs have come down 400%. Everybody has eggs now. They're having eggs for breakfast again. But if you look at gasoline, very important. I think always the most important because it's the energy is the biggest factor. That's what happened. He screwed up our energy policy. And everything went up because energy went up. But now energy is way down. And they have states where you're at $1.98 a gallon for gasoline. So the costs have come way down. And one of the things I ran on was that. I ran on the border. We have the best border in the history of our country, 99.99%. It was last week, 3 people came in, 2 of them for medical reasons. We let them in because one of them had a heart attack. I think it was a nice thing to do. And one of them had something else. So we've never had, I had very good numbers for 4 years, but we're really topped it. And I want to thank Christie and Tom Homan. They've done a fantastic job. But nobody mentions that anymore. Remember, a few months ago, the border was a total disaster. People were coming in by the hundreds of thousands of people a day, a week, a month. I mean, we had a month, 2 million people came in 1 month. The border was being overrun, and a lot of bad people, criminals, murderers, drug dealers. We had some of the worst people in the world coming in from all over the world. It's totally closed. And you know what? People are coming into our country, but they're coming in legally. So we've done a great job. Elon knew that. Elon endorsed me very strongly. He actually went up and campaigned for me. I think I would have won. Susie would say I would have won Pennsylvania easily anyway, even if the governor ran, the real governor, not the governor from Minnesota, who's.
I disagree with that. I don't think Trump would have won Pennsylvania as easy without Elon Musk. He might have won, but Elon definitely helped him, man. That was a swing state right there. He did win all 7 swing states. So I disagree with that.
I mean, he's a sick puppy, that guy. That poor guy, I feel sorry for him. But they made a bad choice with him. But if you pick Shapiro or anybody else, I spoke to him recently about his house being set on fire, which was terrible. But if they picked him, I would have won Pennsylvania. I won it by a lot. But I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden, he had a problem. And he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate because that's billions and billions of dollars.
I think that's false, too. I don't think he just left because of the cutting the EV stuff. You know what I mean? I think that might have been part of it. But again, I think it was a power struggle. I think Elon Musk is mad because he was supposed to get certain things that he didn't get. And also, I believe, honestly, he's mad at Trump for, and I'll show you in this video, one of Trump's boys talking a lot of mess about Elon Musk. He was very against Elon Musk from the start. And Trump sided with him. You know what I mean? And Elon, I think he thought he had more power than he did. And it went the wrong way. And now Trump is he's being nice, but he's taking shots at Elon here a little bit, but he's doing it in a nice way. And again, this is just not good, man.
House being set on fire, which was terrible. But if they picked him, I would have won Pennsylvania. I won it by a lot. But I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden, he had a problem. And he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate because that's billions and billions of dollars. And it really is unfair. We want to have cars of all types. Electric, we want to have electric, but we want to have a gasoline, combustion. We want to have different. We want to have hybrids. We want to have all. We want to be able to sell everything. And when that was cut, and Congress wanted to cut it, it became a little bit different. And I can understand that. But he knew every aspect of this bill. He knew it better than almost anybody. And he never had a problem until.
And I agree with that. I agree. Elon Musk did know a lot about that bill. And he wasn't saying anything. Again, I think it's more of an allegiance thing and stuff like that. And Trump has been pretty, Trump had Elon Musk's cars in front of the White House that day. So he liked the electric Tesla when it had to do with Elon, when Elon was helping him with the Doge. He didn't like it before that. But again, this is some power moves right here. And he's speaking, he's trying to be nice and stuff, but he's talking a lot of crap right now underneath his breath to Elon. Elon's picking it up. You know what I mean?
He knew every aspect of this bill. He knew it better than almost anybody. And he never had a problem until right after he left. And if you saw the statements he made about me, which I'm sure you can get very easily, it's very fresh on tape. He said the most beautiful things about me. And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
I just want to clarify, did he raise any of these concerns with you privately before he raised them publicly? And this is the guy you put in charge of cutting spending. Should people not take him seriously about spending now? You're saying it's all sour grapes?
No, he worked hard and he did a good job. And I'll be honest, I think he misses the place. I think he got out there and all of a sudden he wasn't in this beautiful Oval Office, and he's got nice offices too. But there's something about this. When I was telling the Chancellor, this is where it is. People come in here, even from Germany. They come in and they walk into the Oval Office, and it's just a special place. It's World War I. It started and it ended here, and World War II, and so many other things. Everything big comes right from this beautiful space. It's now much more beautiful than it was 6 months ago. A lot of good things are happening in this room, and I'll tell you, he's not the first. People leave my administration, and they love us. And then at some point they miss it so badly, and some of them embrace it, and some of them actually become hostile. I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it. But we have it with others too. They leave, and they wake up in the morning, and the glamour's gone. The whole world is different, and they become hostile. I don't know what it is. Someday you'll write a book about it, and you'll let us know.
I don't buy that. I don't think Elon Musk has Trump derangement syndrome. I don't think he misses the White House or nothing like that. I think, again, he's upset that his friend didn't get that job in NASA, and I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back, among other things. And it's a power play. You know what I mean? That's what I think. Megan 23. Joe says any company that exchanges money for Bitcoin is an exchange, including fold and strike, in my opinion. Any company that exchanges money for Bitcoin is an exchange, including fold and strike, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm back. I got you, bro. Highest bidder does not true to choose who gets first dibs. Whoever is willing to pay more gets dibs. If Bitcoin gets low, the common man will get outbid for every transaction. Whoever is willing to pay more. Yeah, the highest bidder. Whoever's willing to pay more. I said that. Yeah, I'm selling everything except Bitcoin. Exactly. That's the thing you hold right now. When? Yes. I'm even considering selling my house to put that equity into Bitcoin. So why are you not selling the alts, bro? I tried using AI vision to find a seed phrase, but it refused to attempt it. I need to try an open source model next. Keep your seed phrase away from cameras, y'all. Wow. Okay. Yeah, boy. Probably late this year. Okay. Shout out my friend Caden. All right. Tori, the county's not under attack. Mom and dad are just having an argument. Well, Democrats will do this, Tori. They'll take advantage of this. A lot of stupid people will fall for it. You know, this is going to be in the news cycle for a long time. Sharper than sword. Jerry's the man. Nah, you're the man. Not today. I'm not the man. Country, I know what you mean. I'm trying to pay attention, but I'm curious about that mask. But I'm more curious about that mask. What mask? If we had 0%, we would be like Japan now with all kind of loans out. Not good. Yep. Well, I just think we need to fix the system altogether. If we were 0% with the monetary system we're in today, that's not good. You know, but if we had Satoshis and we had digital dollars backed by every Satoshi, I believe we'd be in a good position. But this system is cooked. EB Japan is the blueprint for what not to do for sure. Exactly. I'm having steak and eggs for dinner right now. Nice, bro. I had that yesterday. You guys think we get Fed rate cuts this year? Yes. But then again, I don't know. We should have had them already. But again, you know, again, people saying the Fed is not political and they're not on the you know whose side, then you ain't been paying attention. Delicious. You think we get quantitative easing this year? Absolutely. Good evening. Oh, hey, Michelle. How are you? They got no choice, man. They got to print. They have no choice. They have no choice, man. Unfortunately. I think Elon got ahead of himself. And again, you said some stuff you can't take back, man. Feds will start cutting in September, then October and December, just in time for Q4, beginning of new fiscal year, and America's favorite time to elevate personal spending, the last 3 months. Yep. They should, but we'll see if they do it. Elon's taking the dragon away. Trump better chill with the shit talk. That's my thoughts as well, and that is the catalyst for alt season, of which I am in desperate need. Okay. You know better than me, man. You know better than me. Hey, girlfriend. Hola, Michelle. Definitely a power play. Yeah. Yep. Elon was told so ever since the narrative started that he was controlling Trump. Trump won't stand for perception that he isn't top dog. I agree with that. Again, these Democrats started that. You know what I mean? These people make me sick. Okay? Like seriously, the mask that was behind Trump. Oh, I didn't even see it, Tori. I'm just so mad right now. Oh my God, Tori, I didn't see it. Or was this all pre-planned by Trump and Elon so people would stop burning his factories down? Jokes and slight beliefs. Some people think that. Some people think it's 4D chess. I'm not in that camp because again, for him to say that about Trump, this is definitely part of a bigger plan. Whether it's their plan together or just Elon's, but something's about to happen. Yeah, unfortunately, Tori. All right, Jenny, we're gonna spin. Wait a minute. Who won? Did we spin 956? We had to spin it again. Let's spin it again. 956, Jenny. I haven't heard from you in a while. Yeah, this will help Tesla recover and head upwards. Hey, speak of the devil. There you go, bro. Speak of the devil. McWebb, okay. Thank you. 957. VHF. I need a speed app for you, brother. A speed wallet. If you don't have one, there's a link down below. Click on that. It'll earn you 500 free sats. Give it to someone else. Okay. Next spin is 200 then. Next spin is 200. Thank you for doing that, bro. This is 958. For 200 big ones. Joe. This is for 200. All right, let's do 959 because I'm behind, guys. Sorry. Emily. Emily, 959. You're the winner. Tori said, I see my voodoo is paying off. That's 200, right? Spin again for 300. Okay. All right, so 960 would be for 300. Emily, you're the winner. Congratulations. 58 for 200 to Joe. He's giving it away. What exactly did Elon say about Trump? I haven't been watching the news today. He said that he was on the Epstein Island, and that's why the files didn't come out. He said Trump is. You guys all rock. Yes. Yay, Emily. He said Trump is. Yep. Your streak is back, Emily. Yep. Monique. Oh, hey, Monique. She's here. She's here. How are you, Monique? Good to see you. Monique, Jerry is ranting today, so not a happy guy today. All right, we're going to do 960 real quick. Since it's crazy how folks are a few days removed from Trump greenlighting Palantir to centralize all of our already centralized data. You know, Palantir, Elon's homeboys company, until we meet again. Yep. Hey, Monique. Shelly the Spark. How are you, ma'am? Right on time with Monique. You guys always come in around the same time. I wonder why. How you guys doing? Not talking much Bitcoin today. Hey, David. Hey, Monique and Shelly. Elms. This next spin's for 300, guys. Thanks to VHF and Joe. Jerry brings all the ladies to the chat. I'm trying, man. I'm doing good, Jerry. What's the rant about? Trump and Elon, Monique. Shelly. 960, yep. 960 for 300. Let's fucking go. Mo and Shelly. Elon said that publicly. That's not good. Yeah, he said it in a tweet. Hey, Monique. Hey, Shelly. Hey, Cindy Michelle. I wonder why. Shelly, I love here. Why are you angry, Jerry? Because our country's going to be under attack by the Democrats, and Elon and Trump are my two guys, and they're fighting right now. and it's not good. Not good. That's why. 960 for 300. Straw man. And Monique, Shelley, hey girlfriends. Verhofty Floofin says, "Hey ladies, Straw man, you just won yourself 300 if you sound off in the chat." But while you're thinking about it, Jenny, let's do 961. Shelley said, "I knew they were going to fight. It's all a distraction." Maybe. Straw. I don't know, man. I don't know. While you're thinking about it, let's do 961, Straw. Got to be here to win. Kevin wins 961. Add my winnings to the next spin. Okay, well, Kevin, you just won 400 sats, my friend. You just won 400 sats. Congratulations. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Congratulations, Kevin. I know you're here, sir. Kevin just won himself 400 sats. Wow, that's really nice. All right. 962. Man, I need a massage, man. My neck is killing me, bro. Oh, my God. I am oh, my God. I hate this stuff, man. I hate this stuff. Rye Bread's the winner. Is he here? Yep, he is. Rye Bread. Congratulations. Let's see what block we're at. Oh boy, we're way behind. We are way behind. Not really. 968. Guys, we're almost at 900,000. We're not going to be here live, I don't think. That's 32 more. Oh, we could do it. 6 an hour. Have to be here about 5 more hours. I've already been here an hour and a half. But hey, that's all it is, Shelly. Everybody felt like Elon was getting too much attention. Smoke screen up now. Okay. Hope you're right. Hope you guys are right. Rye Bread. 962. Let's see if we can get 962. Rye Bread, right. Damn, I just stepped away for a second. I won. Yeah, 400 sats. Patty P. Patty P's in the house. Wait, what? EB said this morning I woke up to the 4,000th sat I've won from this channel. Thank you very much, Jerry. Wow. Wow. Congratulations. That's crazy, man. Just being here and winning sats. That's good, but there's people that got more than you, man. I know some personally, I think. And 400 at that. Yes. Patty P. Jerry needs that gaming chair. No, I need a massage. I need like a masseuse today. I'm just all tensed up, man. You're getting all tensed up, Jerry. Take it easy, brother. Yeah. Yeah, I am, man. I hate this stuff, man. I hate this stuff. Thank you, everyone. No doubt. Congrats. Patty P. Sats for 900K. Gee, I'll be sleep. Yeah. What time you guys put that at? What time you guys think it'll be? How many hours? Try not to let it bother you too much, bro. That's easier said than done, man, for me. I am very, very vested in my in my country, especially these two dudes. These are my guys, man. Trump and Elon are my dudes. You know? Patty P. Tori says, Michelle, what's Well, that's what happens when you have a jealous leader. Soon as someone else gets the spotlight, they turn on them. Jealousy is the true enemy. It is, man. It is, Tori, unfortunately. Congratulations, Patty P. Philippines 4-4. Rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. Very true, sir. Very true. Well said. Don't get me wrong. Though, I still support our great president, but there's definitely jealousy there. As soon as Elon came out, everyone got hype. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, 4K off of spin wheel giveaway is litty. It is. It really is. You're making me jealous. Sherry, stop saying Trump and Elon are your friends. Sherry. Oh, Jerry. Okay, okay. What's up, bro? Sorry if I'm not focused on the Trump Elon riff. I'm focused on the Americans versus Congress fight. 78 million Americans voted for Trump agenda and Doge cuts, and Congress isn't doing shit. Yeah, that's very true. I didn't even know you're here, bro. What's up? The whole fam in the house? Or what? BTC backpacker? Let me know, bro. I'm sure they are. I got you. I thought you were trying to be funny with the names like your wife was yesterday. All right, that was 963 goes to Patty, Jenny. Let's see who can get 964. Aquanetta. Yes, sir. Backpacker, that part. Yep. It's not funny as her. I'm my grumpy old man. No, I'm the grumpy old man today, Joe. So forgive me today, guys. All right, the fam's in the house. Aquanetta, is she in the house? Let me know. Let me put the fam up here. BTC Fanny Packer. One of the best cooks, if not the best cook in there, but we got some competition. Shelly's a good cook too, she says. BTC Anonymous. BTC Flipper. And BTC Hodler. Boom, boom, boom. Is she here though? Is Aquanetta here? Coffee and Bitcoin are all I got. LMO, no last year. She's there. Yes, Aqua. Congratulations, man. Joe, you could never, she says. Aquanetta, go, sis. ACQUE. Netta. Congratulations, Aquanetta. Glad you're back. Welcome back. That is your welcome back win. Congrats. Yes, she's here. I can cook like a motherfucker too. I know that's right. Jen said the Shelly the Spark sent some pics of your dishes. I want to see, she says. Put them in the chat, Shelly. In the signal chat. Miss Shelly, if you a good cook, I expect a plate. So he says. All right, Aquanetta won 964. Let's see who wins 965, Jenny. Jenny from the block, from the Bitcoin blockchain. Renita, back-to-back sisters. Sister. You know she's here. Congratulations, Renita. And Jenny, while you're writing that for 965, for Renita, 965. Here goes 966. Shelly the Spark. Shelly the Spark. Yes, she says. Sisters. Jerry, show pics. I'm driving. Where, Shelly? What are you talking about? I don't have any pics. Shelly. Renita Divine, first one. Yay. Shelly's a winner. Congratulations, Shelly. Speaking of cooking, I have 60 recipe vegan version cookbook. Oh, you're vegan. Okay. I'm guessing. Shelly, spark it up. Shelly. Yes, Shelly. She's the winner. 966. We're up to 968. So let's do two more. 967, Jenny. Yes, you won, Shelly. Yes, you won. Sister Power, yep. Nope, I just eat clean as possible. Nice. Nice. Otis Hare Jr. Hope everyone is having a great day. Well, I'm not having the best day, man. A little down today, but it's all good. How are you, Otis? Let me put you on the wheel. VHF is not going to take his, though. He's going to pass it to the next person. So, Otis is in the house. He is in the house. Nice. He said, give mine away again, Jerry. Got you. Next spin gets 200. Otis. Jerry, if you got Shelly's picks, don't gatekeep. I want to see them plates. I don't know what she's talking about. Hey, Bitcoin John. Bitcoin John says yes. He's asking if I think he's behind in the in the chat. Good luck, y'all. Yes, Otis. All right. This is for 200. 967. No, 968. 968. Philly. You're back. Okay, cool. What's going on, Jerry? How are you feeling? I'm a little upset about Elon and Trump and this nonsense. That's all. OJ, what's up, bro? Philly got you 200. If you're here, woot, Philly. I think they mean that Shelly sent the pics to Signal. Did you, Shelly? I didn't see him. Brother Love. Jerry, I'm out for tonight. Feel better, my dude. Stack sats. Okay, bro. Thank you, Sonny. Thank you for letting me know you left. Because a lot of people don't do that. They don't do that, sir. Joe said, I sent you those tomahawks I cooked. We want to see Shelly's food. I'm hungry. Philly wins 100 of them jaunts. Philly's in the house. Philly. Down to you, 200. Nice. Philly, you still here? Otis said, what's going on, Freedom Fella? Richest man versus the richest country. Yes. Nice, Sonny. Shelly says, I sent the pictures to you, Jerry. LOL. I'll put some in Signal when I stop driving. Did you send them on Signal? I don't understand. It's a tough battle. Later, Sonny. Chris, what's up, peeps? Dang, I ain't seen you in a minute. What's up, brother? Put you on the wheel of Satoshi. All right, I'm going to show you guys another video that tells you my point of what I was talking about. So he is gatekeeping. Oh, so he is a gatekeeping ass. How you lying, Gus? That's Shelly. Oh, so he is a gatekeeping ass. Why are you lying, Gus? Well, I don't know what she's talking about. We knew the Elon Trump alliance could not last. I didn't know that, man. I actually believed it, but I'm naive. So David saying yes. What's going on with you, Jerry? Not feeling well? No. I'm just angry about Trump and Elon and what the Democrats are going to do, because these Democrats are snakes, and all the problems that they're going through, it's going to go all away now. All the stuff that happened, all the momentum we had is gone now. It's all going to be about Elon and Trump, and the more and more they feed into it, the more and more Elon's going to say to Trump and back, and we're going to split up the MAGA party. And all the GOP and some of the Democrats are going to go with Elon, maybe. Who knows? And again, I love Elon, man. That's my man. Had to pay respect to your city. Philly, yeah. Tori, Ed Shelley, you can send them to me when we talk later. LOL, we hungry. Talk later. Oh, okay. The Dems are very sneaking and cunning. Exactly, sir. Exactly. All right, let me find this video real quick. If I put it up. Yeah, here it is. This is Steve Bannon. This is one of the major catalysts that's against Elon Musk. Okay. Now, I don't necessarily agree with Steve Bannon, but he's the guy that got Trump elected. He's a very good Trump loyalist, very smart guy. And let's see what he has to say.
He also Elon Musk is working for himself. President Trump empowered him more than anyone's ever been empowered in this government, had his back, promoted this guy. And when people like me who said, you're making a mistake right? This is a bad guy. He's going to turn on you. He's not with us. He's also totally incompetent. And President Trump said, hey, give this guy a shot. And I trust President Trump's judgment enough to say, as people know, I backed off a little, right? Not a lot, I backed off a little, but it's not about observations. As soon as he didn't think he ran the deal or got the adoration, right, that he was starting to be saying, where's the $1 trillion, right? What is this? He turned on President Trump. He turned on MAGA, but most importantly, he turned on the country and the American people. And President Trump just had enough of it. Yeah. And he forced his way back in to have like some last day. They didn't want to do that, but fine. And then as soon as President Trump comes out today, and President Trump saying it in the nicest way possible about the bill, right? The bill, bing, bang, bang. The guy gets up and starts tweeting the most vicious stuff you could tweet. So all the fanboys defend this. He accused President Trump of basically being a group with those pedophiles on the island. He called for the president to be impeached and J.D. Vance to take his role. As hard as we've worked in all the years that we've worked in this audience's work, some punk is going to sit there and go, he should be impeached. And hey, as sure as the turning of the earth, if those progressives rub up on him and say, hey, they're never going to buy the Teslas, we're going to buy the Teslas, they rub up on him, he'll write a $500 million check for Hakeem Jeffries. He'll be across the thing looking to impeach President Trump, looking to help steal the 28 election, looking to imprison President Trump. So here's my point. Let's get ahead of it. Elon.
Yep. Again, I'm not saying I agree with all that he just said, but that's Steve Bannon. You know, he's a very controversial guy, and a lot of you guys know him. And again, I'm not saying I agree with him, but he's been calling out Elon Musk since day one. So, yeah. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I just hate this stuff, man. It's crazy, man. You know, and again, I've been, you know, fighting for this country for a few years now. And, you know, this is, and the reason why this lets me down so much, because the Democrats have been trying to separate Trump and Elon ever since they got together. And I was like, there's no way it's going to happen. They're not going to fall for this and blah, 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 blah. And they kind of let off the gas a little bit. They said, okay, we tried it, didn't work. And then all these problems the Democrats were having. And now here we are. And it's worse than I thought it could be. You know what I mean? So it's disappointing, man. I'm wearing my MAGA hat today. Joey, what's up, bro? Joey from Sats Venture. How are you, man? Yeah, you know, it is what it is, you know. Sats Venture. After this, I'm going to go take a long walk today. Oh, I see. I get it. Yeah. Good night. All right, Meggies. Good night. Love you, Megs. Megs, we gotta get you a win. You haven't been winning lately. Megs like, I'm here and I'm not winning. We love you, Megs. Have to run. Always enjoy. Okay, man. I took you off the wheel, brother. Peace, V. V. Good night. The only leader that can't let you down is Satoshi. Exactly, man. Yep. I can believe nothing this dude says. He says. That's a dope ass sign. The one behind him. Speaking of snakes, you guys don't like him, huh? Very hard to, yeah, man, exactly. Oh, you guys don't like him. Got to fight for yourself, bro. All politics is meant to deceive. I don't think Elon backing the Dems like he backed Trump isn't going to have the same effect due to the fact that the Dems have awful policies and leaders. I don't know if he's going to back the Dems. I don't think he's going to go that far. But if he does, oh, man. I don't think he will, though, the troll. The Democrats smell blood. They are going to strike hard with this issue at hand. Yeah, they are. Good evening, fam. What's up, Manny? How you doing, sir? Good to see you, bro. Well, I was going to react to Matthew Cratter's video today about the big, beautiful bill and how I agree and disagree with some of the stuff he says. Would you guys like me to do that? Or what? You want to talk about the big, beautiful bill and what I think about it? Again, I haven't read it, but I've seen some things on it. What's good, family? Manny, the troll. Elon just have a problem with Trump, but I don't think he is a Dem because the Dems are terrible and still against free speech, etc. Yeah, I agree with that, bro. He used to be a Democrat, but not the far left Democrat party. He was kind of like a Bernie Democrat, kind of. One of my favorite all-time quotes by Suetonius, a Greek statesman: nothing is more unpredictable than the mob, nothing more obscure than public opinion, nothing more deceptive than the entire political system. That dude said that thousands of years ago. I believe Trump cares about the American people. I believe Elon cares about the American people. I believe Congress only cares about themselves. Yeah, I completely agree with that. Chris says, yes, sir. Political system, dude. Tori says, at troll, the Dems are against all things ethical. Let's be honest. Yep. That's right. They bought the beef. They brought the beef. I got the dip. Yeah, I bought the dip too, man. I bought the dip too. So we're going to react to Matthew Cratter. Hey, Jerry, before you talk about the BBB, I got something to tell you. Tori, troll, what you got to say about the big booty? Tori is funny. Let me cue up this video. Bernie is far left, exactly. Sharper says, here we go. Let's see what the troll's got to say. He's going to sing some stupid song or something. Obviously. See what the price action is doing. Dumping. 101,741. But that's not the important thing, guys. The important thing is that right there. 983 Satoshis for $1 freaking dollar. The deal of a lifetime, ladies and gentlemen. Deal of a lifetime. Sorry, guys. If you're sending me comments, they're not coming in. Sometimes it does that. Gets stuck sometimes. Joe says the next leg down is coming in the next 24 hours. Okay. Everyone be quiet now. The troll needs to concentrate really hard to produce comments, okay? The troll said, today I bought a Switch 2 today. I ain't studying Bitcoin or buying Satoshis. F you, he says. Today I bought a Switch 2 today. I ain't studying Bitcoin or buying Satoshis. F you. Okay, so let me get this straight, the troll. The troll has no Satoshis whatsoever. None. You spent, let's see. What is it? Nintendo Switch 2 price. You spent $450 on a Nintendo 2 Switch 2. As funny as Sharper was talking about that yesterday, asking me about that. What chart is that you're on? Can you drop link? Trading View, you mean? This one right here, bro? I'll drop it in the link in the comments. Sharper was asking me about that yesterday. If I'm wrong in 24 hours from now, call me a liar. LOL. I'm not going to call you a liar, man. Bernie's politics are far left, but his pocketbook is far right, up and to the right. The hypocrisy is real with that one. Yeah. To be fair, you're exactly right, Sen. But to be fair, he got screwed in 2016. You know what I mean? The Democratic Party is not democratic at all. Oh, somebody sent me 500 sats. Thank you very much, whoever did that. Sorry, guys. I haven't been on nothing. 500 big ones. Thank you so much for whoever did that. I really appreciate that. Really helps the channel. Let's see if I missed anything else. Philly. Nope. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you, man. Sharper says, add to troll. Did you get Mario Kart World? Man, how did I know it was going to be something stupid? Wasn't hard to figure that out, was it? Good night, guys and gals. All right, David B. Good night, bro. We're going to listen to Matthew Cratter, man. And he explains the big, beautiful bill. We're going to see what he has to say. I watched it today, and I agreed and disagreed. Good night, David. Ed Sharper, no, I just bought the standalone for $485. $485 he spent. And again, I'm not saying you can't buy that kind of stuff. Let me see how many Satoshis we'd have got for $485. Right now, you get 475,612 Satoshis. Somebody mark that down. He would have got 472 plus thousand Satoshis for that $485. Instead, he buys a video game console. The troll. And he has no Satoshis. And to quote him again, today I bought a Switch 2 today. I ain't studying Bitcoin or buying Satoshis. F you, he says. This is the same. This is the same guy, ladies and gentlemen. I told y'all the story, what he did. I've been talking to him for years on YouTube. He just don't listen to me. He had 300-something thousand Satoshis. He bought in 2020 for $25 he bought them for. I told him that I'd buy him a Blockstream Jade if he kept his Bitcoin and put it over there, and I was going to give him 100,000 if he could buy $1 a day. He told me to stick it up my ass. He told me. That's what he told me. And now he ain't doing nothing. Man, how'd I know it was going to be so? Yeah. I would get it just for that game, but I need them sats, bro. Exactly. Bye, David. Jerry Leffrin, double the next 5 spins with that 500, please. Oh, Jen, thank you. All right. That's what's up. Thank you, Jen. Ed Troll, now tell me, what did you accomplish with buying your little Game Boy? Did you become richer? Did you gain more knowledge, or are you still sitting in this on this live wasting your time? Exactly, man. I held back from buying the first Switch to stack more and would wait for the second. Now I'm holding back again. Smart man. The troll said, instead of using the 485 to buy a jump drive and Satoshis with that money, I bought a Switch 2. Jerry can go F himself. Switch 2 over Bitcoin, he says. Thanks, Rudy. My goodness, man. You something else, man. Got a new Game Boy and you're sitting on this live still. You could be beating levels right now. He's probably playing. That's what he's doing. He's playing his video games while he's listening and talking shit. No one cares about this. At Tori was ranked number 1 in Mario Kart in the world for years. Wow, really, bruh? No, man. Congratulations, Tori. In the world? Holy shit. Well, should I even believe that? By the way, should I even believe that? Because Tori's on. Well, Joe said that, so Tori's the one. I know. Right? He's a fool, man. Emily. Yep. Ed Joe, stop. I'm going to get labeled as arrogant because you're bragging about me. Supposed to brag about your wife, man. There's nothing wrong with that. That's right, Tori. Ed Tori, stop. Y'all just speaking facts. Joe, no, you stop. Had to troll. Cool story, bro. Exactly. Let's watch Matthew Cratter, guys. See what he's got to say about the big, beautiful bill. This is before all the other stuff came out, by the way. This other stuff with Elon. He probably made this morning, recorded this morning or last night. But let's see what the great Matthew Cratter has to say about the big, beautiful bill.
Matthew Cratter's Bitcoin University. Today I want to talk about Trump draining the swamp. Some necessary context. I did vote for Trump. As I said in this tweet, vote Trump and free our fellow Bitcoiner Ross Ulbricht. Even if you think that voting is a complete joke, and it usually is, please remember Ross and do the right thing this time around. I got some pushback from, for example, from Tim here saying definitely should be freed. Pretty sure Trump has zero integrity other than helping himself. My response, there's a higher probability that Trump frees Ross than Kamala frees Ross, which is a zero probability. That was back in November of 2024. So I am glad that I voted for him. The interesting thing, Trump came into office with a mandate from the American people. The White House.
Let me say this before I get started. I have never disagreed with Matthew Cratter on anything except for Trump. That's the only thing I disagree with him on. And there was other Bitcoiners out here too. He was always talking about Bitcoin is apolitical and it doesn't need any, politician, and Trump is the same as everybody else, and he didn't care. And I'm like, what is this guy talking about? Again, I agree with everything he says about Bitcoin. But when it came to Trump, I love you, Matthew, if you're listening, but he was wrong about that. You know what I mean? So the context he's coming from, he's not a Republican or a Democrat. He's kind of like, I'm a libertarian. I don't care about politicians. I don't trust any of them. I get it. You know what I mean? But again, calling Trump a politician is like calling Bitcoin a crypto. You know what I mean? It's not the same. I promise, Jerry, her username is Tuna No Crust. The Fast and Furious reference. Nice. Tori says, I checked the other day and I finally got knocked down to second or third, Joe. I'm going to have to hop on the game again and assert my dominance. Wow. I didn't see this video. I'm interested. Yeah. So that's the context for them. He does not like Trump. He does not like anybody. And again, I agree with some of the things he says and I disagree. So let's talk about it.
House, not just the electoral vote, but also the interesting thing, Trump came into office with a mandate from the American people. The White House, not just the electoral vote, but also he won the popular vote, which Trump didn't get the first time around. And I can't remember the last time a Republican did get the popular vote.
I think George Bush in 2000 did, I believe.
Republican controlled both houses of Congress, so they had the executive branch, they had the Congress as well, solid conservative majority at the Supreme Court, wide public support for Doge and Musk's cost-cutting plan. Obviously, Trump was always on the stage during the election with Musk telling everyone what he was going to do. And this is Elon, the guy who's famous for getting things done, even in the face of insurmountable odds. Combine this with the fact that Trump is really an absolute force of nature, especially at his age, already very rich, not afraid of offending lots of people, and he also can't run for president again. So he's in this unique position to go scorched earth and to get everything done that he wants to, everything done that he promised us he would do without having to worry about re-election or what people think about him, which he doesn't seem to care about anyway. So what an amazing setup to finally do what Republicans have been always promising to do if they ever had enough power, which is to cut wasteful government spending and reverse budget deficits. Of course, Ronald Reagan was one of the first people to talk about this, and he completely blew out the budget deficit. I like this parody. I'm not sure if this is a real book. Well, that didn't shrink the government. An abbreviated history of voting Republican. So what is this swamp that Trump is always threatening to drain? I think people sometimes forget. It's the federal government. It's the U.S. federal government. And this metaphor comes from the fact that Washington, D.C. was built on an actual swamp, plus the fact that politicians are almost always gross, slimy, swamp-like creatures. So I think it's a great metaphor. The question, how do you drain the swamp, as Trump has been promising for years? The way you drain the swamp, because the swamp is the U.S. federal government, you shrink the U.S. federal government. This is what it means. How do you do that? You cut U.S. federal government spending. That's what draining the swamp means. And the Trump administration...
Exactly. And it'll never happen. No one can do it. No one's going to be able to drain the swamp. Trump tried to do it. Elon tried to do it. But again, it's very difficult outside of a monarchy, aka being a king, when you have checks and balances, especially in the legislative branch with Congress, with the House and the Senate, and these people that are warmongers, people that are addicted to the spending and the money. It's almost impossible to cut spending. He tried it, but again, they cut the rate of the deficit, or not the deficit of the debt going up. It's slowly going up slower than it was. But again, these people are addicted to it. If you just say, okay, you know what, we're cutting all spending, we're doing this and that, we can't. We got four major things that I talk about at the end of every video that they cannot cut. And the interest on the debt is going to keep going up. The military spending is going to go up. Medicaid, Medicare is going to go up. And Social Security is going to go up. And then all the pork in these bills are going to go up. It's never going to stop, man. So he's right. Drain the swamp means cutting spending, and it's just not going to happen in this system.
Because the swamp is the U.S. federal government, you shrink the U.S. federal government. This is what it means. How do you do that? You cut U.S. federal government spending. That's what draining the swamp means. And the Trump administration took office and immediately began to do amazing things amid a slurry of executive orders. I've never seen such energy and so many things being done. At the same time, Elon's Doge was uncovering absurd waste being funded by USAID and other agencies. Everything was on the right track, and every American, at least those who weren't on the receiving end of government grift payments, were very happy with the swamp beginning to be drained. This is what it means to have a mandate from the American people to win Congress, both houses of Congress, and also to win the popular vote. So it's always clear, unfortunately, that Trump has been a statist, but I've never had any illusions about that. But if you have to choose between a swamp draining statist who is pro-Bitcoin, and an economically illiterate puppet status like Kamala Harris, who is anti-Bitcoin and wanted unrealized capital gains taxes, and believed that grocery stores caused food inflation and the gas stations caused energy inflation, this kind of economic illiteracy. Give me Trump, give me Van.
Let me stop it right there. He says, and an economically illiterate puppet status like Kamala, who has anti-Bitcoin and wanted unrealized capital gains taxes and believed that grocery stores cause food inflation and that gas stations cause energy inflation. That is not true. They don't believe that, okay? They know it's not true, and they're lying to us. They don't believe grocery stores cause food inflation, and they don't believe that gas station causes gas prices to go up. They're gaslighting, and they're lying. Okay. So anybody that tells you that, this is why I tell you, man, these Democrats are liars. Okay. They don't believe none of that stuff. They know exactly what inflation is because they cause it every day. So I know he's kind of like talking tongue in cheek, but they don't believe that or illiterate or stupid. They know exactly what they're doing. These people are liars, man.
Gains taxes and believe that grocery stores caused food inflation and the gas stations caused energy inflation, this kind of economic illiteracy. Give me Trump, give me Vance, give me Elon all day long. Unfortunately, though, after he was elected, Trump's ADHD took over, as always. He did free Ross and keep other important promises, which I'm grateful for. But then Trump got distracted by tariffs and fantasies of turning Gaza into a resort and golf course.
I disagree with that. See, this is when I just start disagreeing with Matthew Cratter. Does Trump have ADHD? I know he's talking tongue in cheek. He's saying that Trump got distracted by tariffs. Tariffs was not a distraction. He had to do the tariffs. Again, I'm not a tariff guy. Okay, number one. Number two, tariffs are not inflationary. I know he's not saying that, but I'm just stating that again. And number three, it's a negotiation tactic and a defensive tactic. Like for instance, I don't like to punch somebody in the face. I don't want to walk up to somebody and punch him in the face. I don't want to fight anybody, right? But I don't want to get punched in the face, and I don't want somebody punching me. So if somebody's punching me in the face, I'm going to punch him back, right? He had to do the tariffs. Now, the stupid thing about the Gaza into a resort and golf course, I think he's being a little bit misleading with that one, okay? Because yeah, he talked about that for a second, and yeah, that was a little side project, but that's not a major thing he's talking about, okay? Now, again, I'm America first. I don't get involved with all the Israel stuff and stuff like that. And I get it. I know what he said, but that's not a big deal. Okay. He is putting America first. Okay. He's not even mentioning stuff about the border and getting stopping the traffic coming in or nothing like that. He's trying to paint a picture of Trump like he's got ADHD, he's doing this. I don't like that stuff. You know what I mean? Again, I love Matthew Cratter and stuff like that, but I think he's being a little bit disingenuous with this little comment. That's my personal opinion.
And all the other stuff. Trump then began to attack the good guys in Congress like Thomas Massie and Rand Paul, who seem to be the only Republicans left who actually care about budget deficit.
I agree with that part. I agree with that. Rand Paul, not as much as Thomas Massie. I like Rand Paul. I do. He ain't his daddy, though. Okay. Rand Paul is kind of like a contrarian, but Thomas Massie is the ultimate freaking quote unquote politician. He's not really a politician. I would be like Thomas Massie if I was in government. And Rand Paul is good. I'm not saying he's not. He is a good guy. And Thomas Massie's number one for me. You know what I'm saying? Rand Paul is one of my favorite senators, and Thomas Massie is my number one favorite congressman in the House. He is. You know what I mean? I don't even know how he got elected. He's so freaking based, man. He really is a good guy, man. You know what I mean? And I didn't like the way Trump attacked him. But again, Thomas Massie and Rand Paul are fiscal hawks, right? They are not for that overspending stuff. You know what I mean? But Thomas Massie by far is the best congressman. You know what I mean? I would like to see him be president, to be honest with you. He never will, I don't think, because he's just too based, man.
So this was unfortunate to see. MAGA would benefit greatly from listening to Thomas Massie about the massive debt that the quote-unquote big beautiful bill is going to create. It's not political grandstanding to explain in detail why a bill is counterproductive to MAGA. But nevertheless, Trump decided to attack Thomas Massie, who really does have some, he's one of the few really ethical people in Congress, it would seem. He also attacked Rand.
I gotta give Thomas Massie credit for that, for standing up against the giant. Because Trump is not nobody to mess with, man. You know what I mean? Trump is a giant in politics, and he's the most powerful man in the universe right now, powerful man in the world, until Michael Saylor. Bitcoin's price goes to $1 million. But Thomas Massie stood up to the bully. You know what I mean? Of course, Thomas Massie is he's America first, kind of like, more MAGA than Trump, to be honest with you. He's more based. He's all about the Constitution, all about the Declaration of Independence, our founding fathers. I mean, that man's about it. He really is. But Trump, again, he's working within the system, and Thomas Massey is trying to work outside the system. And Thomas Massey, he's got the freaking national debt clock on his chest, man. You know what I mean? So he is based as heck. And he looks at stuff and he goes, look, I like you, Trump, but I can't sign this. This is BS. And here's why. And Trump's like, man, don't say that, man. You know, I know it's true, but don't do it like this. And Thomas Massey's like, nah, man, I'm not doing it. So again, I got to give Thomas Massey credit, man. You know what I mean? He's based, man. He's based.
Attack Thomas Massey, who really does have some, he's one of the few really ethical people in Congress, it would seem. He also attacked Rand Paul. Rand Paul saying here, the math doesn't add up. I'm not supporting a bill that increases the debt by $5 trillion. I refuse to support maintaining Biden spending levels. And what's unbelievable is we can't even get spending back to pre-pandemic levels. Pandemic spending was supposedly this one-time off thing, and then we would return to lower government spending. Of course, that never happened. It didn't happen under Biden, and it looks like it's not going to happen under Trump.
Yeah, that's true. Pre-pandemic spending, 2019 earlier, it's just not going to happen, man. Too much stuff has happened. Too much bloat in the government. It's just not going to happen, and too much dollars in the system. It's not going to happen, man. Everybody keeps talking about that. We're not going back to pre-pandemic spending. It's not going to happen. The budget's not going to go down, and there's too much bloat. It just is what it is. Again, Trump, you know, again, I don't like the bill. I don't like what Trump is doing. I know he's working within the system, trying to thread the needle a little bit, if you will. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. But again, it's hard to thread the needle within a broken system. It just is.
So finally, Elon is speaking out. I think he realizes it's basically over. In this tweet from June 3rd, 2025, Elon writes, I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it.
Very, very true. That is absolutely true. But again, I don't think Elon tweeted this because he was actually mad about the bill. As we can see, I told you, I think he's mad about Homeboy and Trump, you know, getting together and being anti-Elon and stuff like that. I do believe he's against the bill. But if I think Trump would have sided with Elon versus the anti-MAGA or anti-Elon crowd, and also if Elon would have got a little more things that he wanted, plus his friend not getting the NASA job, I think he would have let this bill slide. I'm going to be honest with you. That's just my personal opinion on it.
Now, of course, Elon has his own conflicts of interest. He's been on the receiving end with all the green subsidies for his cars for many, many years. And he definitely is a giant client of the U.S. government with his space, his rockets, and his cars. Nevertheless, I think he's right to point this out, that this is a pork-filled, terrible bill. And if Trump actually cared about deficit spending and actually draining the swamp, right now he'd be threatening to primary every single Republican member of Congress who's voting in favor of this big, disgusting, pork-filled, not at all beautiful bill.
He's right about that, but Matthew, it's his bill, so of course he's not going to, you know, primary all these people. But I agree with that part. This is his quote unquote. This is his big thing. You know, you've never seen tax cuts like this. You've never seen this and that. And he's saying that, you know, him and some of the people that are signing it are saying that, yeah, it's spending a lot initially, but there's a lot of cuts in there, and they're saying the outcomes of what the bill is going to have is going to save money in the future. That's what he's saying. And there's no way to measure it right now, but that's what he's saying. And that's what some economists are saying too. I don't know.
But Trump is not. And that's why I think it's over for the American economy. This is why if Trump and Elon can't force through a fix to this fiscal disaster, Trump and Elon, who are two absolute forces of nature and who had this mandate from the American people to do this, if they can't do it, it's clear that no one can.
Boom. That sound familiar, guys? Does that sound familiar, guys? I completely agree with that. That's why I think it's over for the American economy. If Trump and Elon can't force through a fix to this fiscal disaster, Trump and Elon, who are two absolute forces of nature, then it's clear that no one can. Again, the broken system cannot be fixed from within the broken system, ladies and gentlemen. Facts.
Lost the opportunity. Now, I've been talking about the U.S. debt situation on this channel for many years now. This was one of the metaphors that I like. I took this from the famous Robert Frost poem, Will the U.S. economy end in fire or end in ICE. The basic problem is the U.S. federal debt situation. This is total public debt as a percentage of GDP, a measurement of how big government debt is relative to the size of the economy. And we can see that it peaked right after the pandemic, or the middle of the pandemic, in the second quarter of 2020. And once debt to GDP gets above 120, most countries have never returned from it. Japan's the one exception, but the wheels seem to be coming off the Japanese economy as interest rates go up. But we can see this is why we're in a special situation. Debt to GDP was much lower many years ago when Paul Volcker was raising interest rates and
debt to GDP is the ratio between how big the economy is, how big it's, what we're making and stuff like that versus our debt. And as you can see in 2020, now that was the scamdemic. Okay. But again, I was very critical of Trump during 2020. And I told everybody, I said, look, man, I like Trump. I'm going to vote for him, but I do not like this stuff. When the scamdemic was going on, everybody was getting mad at me. I'm like, look, man, I'm not a Trump loyalist here, man. I'm an American. You know what I mean? Again, I'm going to vote for Trump, obviously. And I'm not saying I'm the lesser of the two evils. I don't believe Trump is evil, man. I believe he's doing what he's supposed to do. But again, I didn't like what he did during the scamdemic. I don't. You know what I mean? People got mad at me, but look at the results, man. Look at the M2 money supply. Look at the debt to GDP right here. This is ridiculous what happened. Now again, everybody's gonna say, it's once every 100-year pandemic and blah, 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 blah. It wasn't a pandemic. I can't say what I want to say, but it wasn't. People weren't dying in the streets and blah, blah, blah. I can't say what I want to say. Can't say what I want to say. You know what I'm talking about, right? Trump effed up with that, man. And with the vaccines. He screwed up. And again, the first couple of months, I get it. You know what I mean? But we were shut down for 3 months on the federal level. I got to give Ron DeSantis credit, man. He was like, nah, we ain't doing this crap. I don't like Ron DeSantis now. I don't think he's a good president now. I think he's the best governor in our union. But again, that's Trump right there, man, in 2020.
Trying to stop inflation. Debt to GDP was just like 30%. You can't do that. You can't do that sort of aggressive action when debt to GDP is this high, or you'll end up literally bankrupting the U.S. government with interest payments, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But this is a situation we have debt to GDP at very high levels. And so that's something that's difficult to get out of. There are two ways to get out of it. The path of ICE, which I talked about in that video, which is basically austerity, shrinking or eliminating deficits. You at least try to stop the debt from growing, since governments are forced to borrow to fund deficit spending. If you can stop deficit spending, you can stop the growth of the debt. In other words, some form of austerity and budget cuts. So that's the path of ICE in the metaphor. The path of fire is, if you can't shrink the debt, then you need to really grow GDP. You need to really grow the denominator in the debt to GDP ratio. When the denominator gets bigger, the ratio itself gets smaller.
And that's what Scott Bessent's talking about. That's what he wants to do right there. You know what I mean? He wants to, because again, he knows that they have to keep printing. So what he's trying to do, and I got to give Trump credit for this now, right? He's trying to, through the tariffs, right? He's trying to bring jobs back here, start businesses here, get off and declare independence from China, and trying to build our own stuff, and kind of like, tax the people and say, don't do that. Don't send your jobs over there, right? Don't buy from them. Create jobs here. Buy American. That's what he's trying to do. I got to give him that. So he's trying to what? He's trying to expand the economy in America, and I got to give him that. But can it work though? That's the question. I don't know.
And this chart will mean revert to a lower, more healthier place. Now, how do you do the path of fire? You can grow the economy in two different ways. You can grow GDP in two different ways. You can have high growth that's caused by some sort of productivity miracle. Maybe it's AI, some tech breakthrough, some huge energy breakthrough like nuclear fusion.
Now, I got to give Trump this. Trump made a major deal that's going to bring a lot of AI and producing stuff here. And we talked about this on the channel. So that's good. If he can do that, which I think he will, that's going to be great. And then nuclear energy, Vivek Ramaswamy talks about that all the time. If Trump can do that, those two things, that'll be great. But again, we don't know if it's going to happen, but AI and all the technicians is going to work. That's going to bring a lot of jobs here. But again, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs, regular folks. But also it's going to take China's power away, because those little stupid jobs that they have over there, the AI and the robots going to take over. That's why they want to skate to where the puck is going and make sure it's American manufacturers going to do that at a world scale bigger than everybody else, including China.
And this would increase real GDP, the non-inflation piece of GDP. This would be real growth, what's called real growth of the economy. Then you have the other side of it in the equation of how you calculate nominal GDP. You have the inflationary piece, high inflation, which grows nominal GDP, thus grows the denominator in debt to GDP, thus bringing the ratio down in a similar way. Now, the path of ice has apparently failed with Trump and Elon being unable or unwilling to drain the swamp. So the path of fire is the one that's going to be taken, growing GDP. So maybe we see some significant real GDP growth from tax cuts or getting the government out of people's lives, as Trump claims he's going to be doing. But I think it's going to be inflation instead. In other words, nominal GDP growth.
I think that's how they're going to try to stimulate the economy by doing these tax cuts for people. Because again, the more money you have in your pocket, the more willing you're going to be able to spend. You know, you're going to want to spend more. So will that work? I think so. You know what I mean? On a large scale, I don't know. But again, when you get to keep your own money and more of it, you know, and American jobs, if they can do it, I think that can help grow GDP. But can it grow enough, the GDP, and Sin, you know this, can the GDP grow at a faster or better rate than the deficit is going up and our debt? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's like they're racing. The GDP is growing, economy's growing, but the debt is growing. So again, man, I don't know.
And this is what both U.S. Treasury Secretary Bessent and Elon Musk are talking about in recent posts when it comes to GDP. This is Scott Bessent saying we can both grow the economy and control the debt. Well, obviously, his administration, Trump administration, obviously is unable to control the debt, and Trump doesn't seem too worried about it. We can both grow the economy, in other words, grow GDP. What is important is that the economy grows faster than the debt. This is how you get debt to GDP down. This is how you get this chart to move down. So he's right about that. He says if we change the growth trajectory of the country, of the economy, then we will stabilize our finances and grow our way out of this. But there are two different ways of growing your way out of it. Again, you can do it with productivity miracles, or you can do it with inflation. And he's a little bit unclear which one here. And then here's Musk's saying on May 23rd, I've come to the perhaps obvious conclusion that accelerating GDP growth is essential to increase that denominator in debt to GDP. Doge has and will do great work to postpone the day of bankruptcy. Basically, what Doge did is they singled out a few $100 billion worth of cuts, and not all of those cuts even happened, unfortunately. So Doge was doing good work, but they failed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say they failed, but again, they definitely didn't take $1 trillion off of spending. They didn't do that. I don't want to say they failed, but you know, he's being kind of harsh right there. And a lot of the things that they did call out, you know, we got to give Elon some credit. The Democrats were just in his way, man. They would not let him do it. You know what I mean? They were just like fighting, trying to not let people in the buildings and saying that he was stealing people's information. You saw what Elon went through. You know what I mean? He was calling a lot of stuff out, and he showed some stuff. But again, he didn't even get into the Pentagon, the military. He didn't get into Social Security, Medicare, all the stuff. He did cut some spending, but not enough to make a difference.
For whatever reason, the U.S. government, the inertia, Trump not really being behind it, this is what led to that. But Elon writes here, Doge has and will do great work to postpone the day of bankruptcy of America, but the profligacy of government means that only radical improvements in productivity can save our country. So that's where he's referring to the piece I was talking about, real GDP growth, where you have a productivity miracle, some sort of tech miracle or energy miracle that bails everyone out. Maybe it's AI, maybe it's some coming new energy revolution. I think it's unlikely that it will arrive in time. It really needs to arrive right now. If we take a look at U.S. national debt, almost $37 trillion, the amount of money that's being brought in from federal taxes.
This look familiar, guys, by the way? Have we seen this chart before?
About $5 trillion U.S. federal spending, about $7 trillion in this big, beautiful bill. Not so beautiful bill will completely blow that out. So we have a budget deficit of $2 trillion a year. Before that bill, that means this is how much gets added to the U.S. debt every single year, because this funding, this budget deficit is made up by issuing debt. And the largest budget items, which are all of them are sort of political third rails, are difficult to deal with. We have Medicare and Medicaid. These are the largest budget items that contribute to the deficit: Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. Very, very difficult to cut these, and it would be unfair to people who have paid into them, even they are definitely Ponzi's. You have defense.
Again, guys, we don't have a healthcare program in America. It's a sick care program, and we know that, right? Again, I'm not saying people shouldn't get Medicare and Medicaid and stuff like that, but again, do you think these people really want us to be healthy? No, no. If they did, then there wouldn't be a McDonald's on every corner. And what is the FDA checking for? Let me not, guys.
Which Trump he says he wants to expand all this. We're almost at $1 trillion in defense. And then the interest on the national debt is $1 trillion, which is higher than defense. So we're now paying more in interest than we're paying to defend the country or to do endless wars.
And if you look at the interest on the debt is growing faster than the Pentagon, which again Trump wants to military spending. He wants to up it. It's moving faster up than Medicare and Medicaid and Social Security. And with this new quote unquote big beautiful bill, spending more, then the debt's going to go up, and the faster the debt goes up, the faster the interest goes up on the debt. Just saying.
And so this is the real problem, unless you're willing to go after one of these. Doing Doge is more window dressing than anything else. It's not a problem with taxes. You can see taxes have gone up over time. That the most recent observation here from the Fed is 2024, about $5 trillion in tax revenue. As we saw here, it's a little more than $5 trillion in tax revenue. So taxes have gone up. And this is what's funny. Even if you cut taxes a lot, or if you raise taxes a lot, so a lot of people don't know, but in the 40s and 50s, during World War II, and shortly afterwards, the highest tax bracket in America in the 50s was 91%. So you get to keep 9 cents on the dollar, and the U.S. government takes 91 cents, which is actually absolutely outrageous. And so you would think that this would somehow fund the government if they're stealing this much from the wealthiest people in the country, stealing 90%. But what happens, there's this strange pattern, and I'm not sure exactly what causes it, apart from the fact that maybe people just stop working as hard when the government's taking 9/10 of what they earn. But this is federal receipts, in other words, tax receipts as a percentage of gross domestic product, as a percentage of GDP, and it's never able to get over 20%. So if we look back in the 50s, tax receipts as a percentage of GDP were something like 18%, and this was when the highest bracket was 90%. And even today, when taxes are much lower, we're still under 20% federal receipts as a percentage of GDP. So it's impossible really to increase this for some reason. And even if you went after the very rich, even if you can.
Before he gets in that, so I got to stop him right there. So he's right about the taxes and everything he just said about the percentages and stuff. The only I see you, Sonny. I put you on the wheel. Is that I think two things. One, I think for the regular person, their taxes are going to go down, but some billionaires are going to get taxed more. So I don't know if that's going to even out with the tax revenue, because again, we need revenue. We got to charge people taxes. Okay, that's what they say. For some sport team owners and stuff like that. But I think that if the tax revenue goes down, where are we going to get the extra money from? Well, according to Trump and his team, is going to come from tariffs. Instead of importing our taxes, we're going to export out there, because all a tariff is a tax. So, but we'll see. We'll see. But he's going to talk about the millionaires and billionaires right now and see what happens if they put in all their money.
So it's impossible really to increase this for some reason. And even if you went after the very rich, even if you completely confiscated the wealth of all U.S. billionaires, which as of 2024 was almost $7 trillion, it's a drop in the bucket compared to the U.S. national debt. You could just steal all the property and all the wealth from every single American billionaire, and probably every millionaire as well, and it would just be in a drop in the bucket. It'd be 10-20% of paying off U.S. national debt. And here's a problem: they're adding to the debt by 2, 3, 4, 5 trillion every year. So they're basically, under the big beautiful bill, they'll be adding to the debt by 5 trillion a year, call it. And total wealth of U.S. billionaires is 7 trillion. So even if you had new billionaires every year and you could confiscate 7 trillion every year, you would still be in trouble and not be able to pay down the debt.
Again, guys, we have a lot of problems in this country, but the number one problem is we're a debtor nation because we spend too much. That's the bottom line, is we spend too much. We talk about this every single episode, man. Did you hear what he just said? Take all the billionaires and all the millionaires, take all their money, all their assets, it wouldn't even make a dent. Because again, even if we weren't increasing the money supply and overspending and borrowing and all that, and just kept the debt the same, it still wouldn't pay it off. But we're doing that stuff on top of that. We spend too much, ladies and gentlemen.
Then we have this political issue of the debt ceiling, which is just a lot of drama over nothing. The debt ceiling is the cap on the maximum amount of debt that can be issued by the U.S. Treasury. Debt ceiling can only be raised by Congress by itself. There's always drama around it, and they always end up raising it. It's always political theater. None of it matters. Don't pay any attention to it, because as we've seen in this video, even under a Republican White House and Congress, politicians care nothing about cutting government spending and deficits, which is what drives debt growth to begin with. The U.S. debt ceiling will continue to go up. There's always political theater around it, but then they end up eventually raising it because they want to go on vacation. U.S. debt ceiling will continue to go.
Yep, it's always before vacation or Christmas time or something like that, and they always get it done. They never shut down the government. I want them to shut down the government for a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? That debt ceiling stuff is an absolute joke. I've talked about that so many times on this channel. People get mad at me when I talk about it, but it means something.
Go up until the US dollar has no value. But here's the last really disturbing thing, and the thing that really irks me, seeing Trump and Elizabeth Warren working together to screw over the American people. I actually liked it a lot better when he was still calling her Pocahontas. Just in, President Trump and Elizabeth Warren agree for the need to scrap the debt ceiling to fund $4 trillion in extra spending. This is what you vote for. It's a uniparty. Whatever you vote for, at least Trump freed Ross, which Kamala never would have done. But when you see Trump and Warren working together, it's disgusting.
I agree and disagree with that part, right? You know, I do believe there is a uniparty, absolutely, with the GOP. I don't think Trump's part of a uniparty. That's the stuff I don't like when Matthew Crowder says. I get that. He was trying to make some deals. He's just trying to get the votes, man. You know what I mean? And again, you have to make a compromise in a balanced system. You can't just go all Republicans, all MAGA, and go against the Democrats, right? I believe the bill needs like 60 votes out of the 100. So he has to go across the aisle, right? And in order to do that and make a deal, you got to make concessions. So do I think Trump likes Elizabeth Warren? No. Do I think he's part of a uniparty? No, I don't. I do not think Trump is part of a uniparty at all. The Democrats hate Trump. Okay, he's not part of a uniparty. So again, I think he's being a little disingenuous here. Oh, he's working with Elizabeth Warren. He's trying to screw the American people over. I don't think Donald Trump's trying to screw the American people over. I don't like the bill, and I don't like what he's saying. But again, when you make a deal in Congress, especially with that, you got to make concessions. You can't just come in there and say, we want this, and you're not going to get any of that. You know, you have to make deals with your quote unquote enemies to get it done. Because I think, again, they need 60 votes. So do I think he's a uniparty and trying to screw over the American people? Absolutely not. I completely disagree with that from Matthew Crowder.
Here's Trump posting, I'm very pleased to announce that after all these years, I agree with Senator Elizabeth Warren on something, which is, of course, deficit spending and raising the debt. The debt limit should be entirely scrapped to prevent an economic catastrophe. In other words, let the U.S. government issue as much debt as it wants to at a given point in time, because Trump is not interested in cutting spending. Elizabeth Warren saying here, real Donald Trump and I agree the debt limit should be scrapped to prevent an economic catastrophe. Of course she agrees on more spending. Let's pass a bipartisan bill and get rid of it forever. But jacking up the debt limit by $4 trillion to fund more tax breaks for billionaires is an outrage. Again, you can steal all the money and all the wealth from billionaires. It's a drop in the bucket. Elizabeth Warren is a complete hypocrite, and her net worth has grown massively over the years. And despite...
Yeah, I agree with that. She's one of the worst people in Congress. One of the worst human beings, period. I can't stand Elizabeth Warren. She is a snake would run away from her.
The fact she seems very, very concerned about climate change, she does her sneaky things with her private jet. So she basically lives like a billionaire. Here's a video of her getting out of her private jet. And once she sees the cameras, you'll see that she hides behind her aides. So it's one thing you have your private jet. That's fine. People work hard. They can get nice things. But here's someone who's on the public dole and has been being paid for so many years by U.S. taxpayers, and she's pretending that she doesn't use private jets, just like Bernie Sanders is now racing around on private jets.
This is why I talk about it. Anytime you see a Democrat, they're a hypocrite, period. You think they believe in climate change? When Trump says the Green New Scam, that's the truth. It's not a Green New Deal. It's a scam. They don't believe that stuff. They drive the most gas-guzzling cars, private jets, whatever they do. They don't believe that nonsense. They just do it to talk to stupid people so they can do votes. These people are liars, and they make me sick.
It's basically over for the American economy and the U.S. dollar. Trump and the Congress are clearly not interested in controlling deficit spending and debt growth. The world's richest and smartest human being, namely Elon Musk, failed to cut government spending. So I think the U.S. economy is almost certainly going to go the high inflation route instead. U.S. government will continue to issue trillions of debt. The Fed will end up having to buy most of that debt or come up with other sneaky but still inflationary places to stick it, like bank balance sheets, for example, if they expand the amount of treasuries that banks can hold. U.S. will not officially default on its debt. It will instead do a quiet default. Instead, the U.S. dollar will be the escape valve and will massively lose purchasing power against everything except Bitcoin. Because when the Fed prints new money to buy this debt and put it on its balance sheet, it debases, it devalues the U.S. dollar and causes it to lose purchasing power against real goods and services, and certainly against Bitcoin as well. If you're holding U.S. dollars cash or U.S. treasuries or money markets, something like this, even CDs, high yield savings, your savings are going to get absolutely slaughtered during this coming period. Stocks won't be able to preserve your full purchasing power either. They will not be able to keep up with the inflation. Neither will gold, whose supply doubles every 35 years or so. So gold is really a leaky vessel when it comes to storing your economic energy. There's only one way to opt out of this political circus and sovereign debt crisis, and that remains Bitcoin. As you know from this channel, the last 3 weeks of coverage, Bitcoin does have these problems. We're going to get through it, but Bitcoin really is the only solution here, and that is extremely clear to me. I'm not going anywhere else except into Bitcoin. It's clearly impossible to fix or reform the current system. If Trump and Elon can't do it, no one can. So it's time to opt out of this corrupt old system and opt into Bitcoin. Tell your friends, tell your family before it's too late, because when you see what's going to happen to the price of gas, the price of groceries, the price of housing, the price of everything as the US dollar is debased, you're going to be absolutely shocked. And if you're holding Bitcoin, at least you have a fighting chance for your family.
Facts. That's facts. Again, I call it like I see it, man. I'm not saying I'm right. I just call it like I see it. I love Matthew Crowder, but I agree with him 90%. But the stuff with Trump, I just don't agree with him. So, all right, let's see where we're at here. I don't know about the Swiss. I know his mom's getting cheaper. That would be awesome. Later, rubbing in real good. Yep. The swamp cannot be drained. Too many powerful people orchestrating. I agree. Rye bread. I'll talk to you later, brother. I took you out the wheel. Take care, Rye. The debt spiral has too much momentum. The can has been kicked down the road for far too long. That's right, brother. The Dems may not believe that, but Kami probably did. Kami's Kamala is a puppet, and she probably did believe that. By the way, when I said about the grocery prices and stuff, she's just stupid. I'm talking about the puppets that tell her to say that. Sin. Yeah, she's just dumb. She has no idea what's going on. Biden knows better. I'll tell you that, when he's cognitive too. Trump was focused on terror since the last time in office. Crowder was wrong on that one. Exactly. He doesn't like Donald Trump, but he always just say, well, he did free Ross. He did free Ross. That's all he cares about. You know what I mean? Again, I like Matthew Crowder. He's a very, very smart man, but he's wrong on Trump most of the time. Edson, Trump been pro tariffs from when he was way back working as a young businessman. Exactly. He was talking about that back in the 80s. Massey's the best congressman, hands down. Exactly, Joe. Massey's the man. Absolutely. I do respect you Americans for your political activism. Thank you, bro. You guys really get involved in your government's affairs. Where you at, man? So I can put you on the map, bro. Where you at? Definitely check out the documentary Off the Grid with Thomas Massey. I did, and it was good. Massey would never be president for the same reason as Ron Paul would never be president. They go against everything DC stands for or gets on his knees for. Exactly. Tori said, yo, I had no idea Shelley was a cook. Oh my God, I'm hungry now. Me too. The steak that with the herb on top of the balsamic leaves. Yes, good as I'm a cynical bastard. Conspiracy theory. No doubt, man. No doubt. No doubt. You guys do realize the tariffs are a tax on the consumer, right? No, it's not. It's a tax on it's a tax on other people. But yeah, it can be a tax a little bit, But it's not inflation though. This may all just be a ruse, fake fight to give Trump political capital to make the bill leaner and get the Epstein list out. Maybe. Not if you buy American, Jack says. Thomas Sowell, my favorite economist, spoke out against the tariffs. Yes, he did. Thomas Sowell is awesome. Thomas is the man. Thomas Sowell's that's the man. Him and what's my other boy's name? Milton Friedman. You listen to those two economically, that's all you need to listen to. And that's where Thomas Massey comes from. You know what I mean? Thomas Sowell and Milton Friedman. The whole thing was a ruse to destabilize markets and print insane amount of fiat. I can say that shit was wrong. Yes. Yep. It's a nice thought. Build and buy American, but it's not feasible. Trump has 3.5 years and then no one cares about that. It's global world now. look down the road. But I heard the government has access to any AI chat long in the bill for the next 10 years. Wow. The propaganda is wild. It's a debt-based system, my dudes. It is. This is why we Bitcoin, yeah. Fix the money, fix the world. If only it were as simple as fixing the money. Wow, you are a cynical son of a... What that madness is 90%, yeah, with the taxes back in the World War One. I don't think the point is to pay off the national debt, Joe says. I think the point is to put ourselves in so much national debt, collapse the United States dollar, and then in that case, Bitcoin will become world currency. I hope so, Joe. Man, I hope so. I'm very interested to see how this all plays out. How far can they kick the can? Yeah. And what happens when they kick it no further? Yep. I talk about that every day. Remember when Obama shut down the government? He was painted as a saint. Now imagine if Trump did it. Oh, God. You already know, bro. They'd hate him. He's part of the Uniparty, my dude. No, he's not. Otherwise, he wouldn't be president. No, you're wrong on that. Give me control of the money and I care not who's the government. Yep. Was that Rockefeller Rothschild said? I don't know. Canada. Okay. No, Trump is definitely not part of the Uniparty. Like, not even close, man. I think Elon needs to check himself and stop talking smack about Trump. If he knew about Trump Epstein, then he should have said something back then. Not now. Exactly. Everyone knew Trump was on that list. It just wasn't confirmed. If I was Elon, I would have held that over his head until he fucked up too. Blackmail is the best policy in the world. Well, he shouldn't have worked with him then. That's the case. I wouldn't work with somebody that went to that list. Who was on that list? All right, guys. Jenny, I don't know if you're still here. It's been a while. Oh, we're getting close. All right, we're going to do 969 through 973. Then we're going to call it a night, guys. 969. Let's see who can win, Jenny. Patty P. Ian sent another 2,500 sats in. Thank you, Ian. Sorry about that, man. I was watching the video. Ian, thank you so much, brother, if you're still here. Thank you. Okay, Jenny, you still here. Good. Patty P, congratulations. Patty P won 696. I believe she's still here. Patty would have told us if she left. How'd you guys like that video? Was I talking too much? I'm here, sidetracked by the game. Oh, okay, somebody's playing tonight? Is it the finals? NBA finals? 970. A straight up play to the Masters. That's Epstein comment. Ian says, I'm here. Okay. Yes, game one. Okay. Sharper. My man Sharp. Sharper than sword. Congratulations, brother. Oh, Patty left? Oh, man. Try to pack Sharper. I think Sharper's here, though. Yeah, he's here. Damn, Patty. I can't tag Patty. I think she left. I said their work, not the world. I said their work, not the world. And obviously, we the people wouldn't work with the people like that. But the rich are in a whole different world, so you can't compare yourself to them. They built different. Yeah, true. Woohoo. Yo. Nah, good night. Good insight, my guy. Thank you. Okay, thanks, bro. Just got approved for the Fold account. Now I need to decide if it's worth utilizing. It is, man. I love it. I put 1.2K sats on OKC in tonight's game. Did you now? Tell me about that. Been a while since I won. Yes. Congratulations. Their world. My bad. You good, Tori. You good, Tori. All right. We're going to do 969 again. Patty's not here. We love you, Patty. Let me take you off the wheel. Patty, you know better than that. Sharper won 970. Philly. Philly. Yeah, the ultra rich are wild, bro. Yeah. Yes, they are. Philly. You hear 69 spin goes to Philly too. I don't ever want to live that life. Yeah. Tori says if I was in their world if I was in their world, I would play the same way Elon did. I ain't got no shame admitting that. All right. Ember House Sats. Nice. Nice. Oh, yeah. Love that number. Nice, Philly. So you can bet games on an Ember? Because I'm going to do that. I just want to not be a slave. Yes. You got to show me that, backpacker. All right, Philly, you're the winner. He says he loves that number. I think a lot of people do. Let's see who wins 971. Let's see who loves that number. Jenny. Thank you, bro. Commercial break. He's going to give his away if he's here. See if he's here. Goes a commercial break. Wow, Jenny, you are a really fast typer. You can also use Bitcoin to gamble playing Hold'em and Bovita. Really? I've seen some of that stuff. Yes, funnel every dollar you can through Fold. It's a cheat code, bro. Yes, it is. Woohoo. Commercial says, give him to Emily. Smart man. Emily, congratulations. One person I never have to check if she's here is Emily. Emily is always here. She knows what's up. Emily wins 971 thanks to commercial break. Let's see who wins 972. Yeah. Kevin's here. Tori says Emily for the win. Yes. Congratulations, Kev. 972 goes to Kevin, Jenny. I know you're writing. While you're writing that, let's do 973. And then we got one more after that. We're going to do the all or nothing game. Renita, she's here. I just saw her. Oh, we know you're here. Renita, that's your second win, ma'am. Good job. Phone died, charged up a bit. Oh, Patty, you won. You won 969. But we took you off because you weren't here. But you know what? You're going to get it anyways. I hated to take you off. So we got two winners for 969. Patty P, we love you. Kev, damn, 2 for 2, yeah. 973 goes to Renita. I know she's here. Yay, she says. Congratulations, Renita. Is Megan here? If she is, give mine to her, bro, please. She left, bro. She left, Sharper. Oh, no, Patty, right. Right when you won, yes. And I don't want to take Phillies away, so we'll just pay them both out. So let's talk voodoo. You teach me your tricks for winning, I'll teach you mine. Oh, you know what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, the next 5, you guys get 200 because Patty P gave me 500. Isn't that what you said? Not Patty P. Jennifer. Breaking. Elon Musk says he won't decommission SpaceX Dragon ship. Wow. Oh, whoa. I'm not 10% now. I had to come back just in case. You good. I agree, Harley Tori Quinn, but Elon doesn't need to be doing what he's doing right now. Yes. Yes. Okay. So that was the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So it ended at Ronita. Ronita, you didn't get the 200. I'm sorry. It was Philly. No, wait. Hold on. No, you did. 1, 2. Yeah, you did. It was Philly for the second one. Patty P, Sharper Than Sword, Emily, Kevin, Bernita. You all get 200. Congratulations, guys. You all get 200. Yeah, sis. All right, let's do 974. That's good breaking news, BTC Backpacker. Thank you, bro, for breaking that. He's always breaking news, man. I appreciate that, man, because I'm not looking at that stuff. So anytime you guys got breaking news, let me know, man. Appreciate it. I'm sorry. I ain't going to play with you. Philly won twice in a row, so I counted the first one. Sorry. So, yeah, you won 200. Renita don't play about her sats, do she? I ain't going to play with them. I ain't going to play with you, Renita. All right, this is 400 sats. This is the last one for 974. And then we're going to play the all or nothing game. Wow, we should stay for 900,000. 26 more? How many minutes is that? 6 an hour. Yeah, we can't. We can't do that. All right, last spin of the night for the regular spins. Then we're going to do all or nothing. 974. Ancient Chinese secret. There's Ya. Congrats, winners. Hope everyone is having a blessed day. Yes. That's 4.5 more hours. Yeah, I know, man. Oh, man. I know. Might come on and just do a live when it's doing it at like 899,900. 74 goes to Ya. Woo, told you to come back tonight to win. Yeah. Ya's a regular, though. Ya don't leave either, normally. So, Patty P. Appreciate it. Is he here, though? Is he here? Chilling in the cuts. He's here. All right. Ya, you are the winner. All right. So, we have all our winners. Boom. All right. Now, the all or nothing game. All or nothing. Congratulations, y'all. That Strawman agreed, but Trump shouldn't have did whatever he did to make Elon act like this. No one just turns around and does this shit for no reason. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's bad, man. All right, guys. All or nothing. 1,000 sats. Renita, I'm feeling you. I think I don't know, your name just popped up in my head. I think Renita's gonna do something here. Or maybe she's telling why she's in my head because she told me don't play with my money. Maybe that's it, Renita. Renita, you coming to Vegas for the convention or just to party out? I'd like to meet Renita and her sister. Y'all look like y'all real fun. Elon sounds like a spoiled little kid who's throwing a fit because he didn't get what he wanted. Thanks, Jerry and BFF, no doubt. Good night, family. Oh, you out of here, Aquanita? Okay. It's ugly, that's for sure. Oh, you still here? Okay. Don't leave yet. We got the all or nothing game. Aquanita. All right, Jenny. Here we go. ANO. No, AON. All or nothing. Let's spin it and see who can win it. Emily. Uh-oh, double trouble. Double trouble. The sisters are coming to Vegas. Oh boy. Oh boy. Emily, is a bird in the hand worth more than a bush, or you want to spin it? Move that wheel down by one, she says. A1 bonus. Emily, woo, spin or keep, she says. Ancient Chinese secret, yes. I think Emily is going to keep it. Let's see if I'm right. Spin it, Jerry. She says I'm wrong. Emily says, spin that thing. All right, Emily. Good luck to you. 1,000 on the line, or 100, or nothing. Let's see. Uh-oh. Oh. All right, EB. Sorry about that. I hope Vegas goes to the Bitcoin conference next year. I'm betting whatever y'all bets. I hope Vegas goes to the BTC conference next year. Oh, I got you. I see. Okay. Stop assuming, Geraldine, she says. Okay, she's back at it. Hawk Tool on that wheel. I hope y'all goes. I said it's all good. Is EB still? Yeah, he's here. EB, what you want to do? You want to spin that thing? You want to keep the bird in the hand? I was a big Trump supporter until he attacked Canada and single-handedly got the liberals elected here. After those same liberals were down like 28 points in the polls. I get it, man. I get it. So close. Yes, I know it was. Spin that thing. Evie, I can't tag you, but he's here. Here. Trump literally handed them the election. I hear what you're saying. I needed to put a space. It's all good. It's all good. So he lost me as an ally. I understand. Spin it. Best odds anywhere. Okay. Good luck, EB. Let's spin it. I like this game. Uh-oh. Nope. Maddie from Satoshi Central. She's working right now. And she's delivering some foods. I don't know if she's going to be able to do it. Lord willing, I'll be there. Okay. So we'll see about Maddie. I'm not going to do anything unfair and call her or nothing because she's a friend of mine. So let's just see. Maddie, yes. Keep my hands up so you guys don't think I'm calling her or texting her. Make it fair. Let's see. We'll give her a few minutes. Give her 6:51 now. Patty. Congratulations. Let's see, man. Now move that wheel up by 1. Okay. Nobody will notice. The same liberals who almost put me in a camp for the unvax and made me a prisoner in my own country for 2 years. Yeah, man. Sounds like you need to move out of Canada, bro. Sounds like you're a very angry man, man. Just saying, bro. At Harley, Tory Quinn, if both gentlemen are having some disagreement, that should be between them and them only. Yeah. Unfortunately, though, they're very powerful men. You good, Jerry. Thanks, y'all. Looks like Maddie is not here unless she's running to the car. She's got the phone in her hand. She's like, oh. I don't think she's here. I'm very sorry, Maddie. It looks like you're not here and we can't stay here all day. I've waited 2 minutes. Yeah, I'm mad. Yeah. I agree with you, man. Well, I mean, go where you treated best, man. You know what I mean? Did Maddie leave the country with your food again? Right. Exactly. All right, Maddie. Sorry, ma'am. I gotta do it to you. She is not the winner. Let's spin it again. I'll count to 10. I'll do a 10 count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, again. Drama, obviously, but what's the fun in that? Jerry Springer's not airing no more. America needs their vitamin drama from somewhere. Nice. Oh, Canada. Spin it or keep it, y'all. Did Maddie? I need to take her off the freaking wheel. Sorry. No, she didn't break. Who said did she break in again? Did Maddie break in again? No, she didn't. No, she did not. Yeah, what you want to do, brother? Yeah, commercial break says, Jerry, check your house. Maddie's probably lurking around somewhere. Commercial break. You are a funny guy. You are a funny guy, sir. Funny guy. No, she has a key, Backpacker says. Huh. Okay. Man, I need that bird. I need that bird in the hand. He said, I ain't playing with it. All right, last one. This is the 4th one. Let's see who wins it. I think that's a smart way to do it, man. BTC Backpacker. It says, congratulations. BTC Hodler. You should invest in a security system along with BTC. Very beneficial, Tori says, especially with all of these break-ins. Just saying. All right. Fair. Thanks, Roll. All right. You guys want to say it on a video or what? Or you just want to say it? You want to shoot a video and put it up? Let me know. We'll wait because you know they're here. They're watching on the big screen. I've never watched myself on a big screen. I wonder what that would be like. Probably not good. Congratulations. So you have 100 right now. You can keep it and go home, bird in the hand, or you can spend 4,000. Completely up to you, my friend. Completely up to you. You can win 1,000 if you like. There's 4 chances to win 1,000. Joe says, I watch you on a big screen. It makes me I feel sorry for you, man. Do you really watch me on a big screen? Oh, God. How many people watch me on a big screen? Do I even want to know that? Never mind. Don't tell me. I feel sorry for you if you do. Put me on a phone as small as you can. And don't turn it sideways where the screen gets big. Just make it the screen at the top as small as you can. Uh-oh. Here's the answer. Ready, guys? Here's the answer. Ready?
Toy, spin that shit.
Say that again.
Spin that shit.
Wow. I was not expecting that. Okay. That's a base family right there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. Don't ask that. Okay. Stories, I'm going to call Maddie and have an intervention. This may turn into a problem. First Jerry's house, then next thing you know, boom, she's breaking into Jor's house too. Okay. Yes, and when I watch you on the big screen, it feels like you're here. I just cannot pass you the blunt. Jor, the troll says, if they're a door with a PS5 and a door with 500 worth of Satoshis, I'm picking the PS5 door. Jerry can kiss my ass. He said that playing video games is bad. F that S. Okay. Yep. Am I back on the wheel? Yes, you are, Patty. Wait. You know what? Hold on, Patty. That's a good question. Hold on, Patty P. I think I took you off. No, you're not on the wheel. I'm sorry, Patty. I took you off. Patty, I'm going to give you extra 100 for that, okay? That was my bad. You see how my voice is getting all low? Like, oh my God, I made a mistake. So, Patty, you won 200. Now you're going to have 300. An extra 100 for Patty. 300 total for Patty. Sorry about that, Patty. Bitcoin Patty. Cheers, brother. That Philly, cheers, brother. Man, Jerry didn't know he had to have the deep beat machine ready for that video. I know. I was not expecting that. It's okay. I won earlier. Thank you. No, I got you. I got you an extra 100. Here's how to tell the difference. You have men like Joe and Jerry who are top G's. Then there's, well, the troll who is, let's just say, less than. Well, I don't know if I'm a top G. Joe is, but I appreciate you saying that, Tori. All right. She says, spin that thing. But she said a little bit different. Let's do it. I think because of that video, she's going to win for sure. No. But Sonny wins 100. But Sonny wins 100. Congratulations, everybody. That is the end of the show. Sonny wins 100. So Emily did not win hers. EB did not win. Ya took his bird in the hand. Hawk2 didn't win. And Sonny won 100. So that's it. Thank you guys for coming in. Appreciate it. Ya said at Jenny from the blockchain. Facts. We taking them sats all day, every day. Jenny from the blockchain. He's a bottom H, let's just say, she says. First Elon. Okay. Yeah, Sonny. I don't know what that meant, the troll. Thanks for the show. No doubt, Philly. Stay blessed, everybody. No doubt. If you listen very carefully, you can hear Maddie cracking open the window, she says. I don't think so. But anyways, guys, we talk about this a lot, and Matthew Cratter was talking about it, and we're going to talk about it again. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the national debt clock. We know what time it is. We look at it every day. And at the largest budget items at the bottom there are things that they're just not going to cut, guys. They're not. Medicare and Medicaid, again, people paid into it. It's kind of a Ponzi scheme. It is what it is. But again, we don't have a healthcare system in this country, ladies and gentlemen. We have a sick care system. Social Security, is it going to be there for people? That's the question. And how deflated and how much purchasing power will you have with your little $1,500 a month or whatever it's going to be? The military spending is going to go up, according to Trump. And the interest on the debt is going to go even higher than that. It just is. And it's incredible. The debt is $37 trillion. Debt per citizen is $107,000. If you did the right thing and do what you're told, like a little good boy and a girl, you owe $323,000. I mean, you paid taxes. You went to school, got good grades, went to a good college, and got a safe, secure job. Was it though? Was it good? Was it safe? Or was it secure? I don't know. But everything you did, you got into a broken system, ladies and gentlemen. They say it's a democracy. Did you vote for this right here? To spend $7 trillion only to make $5 and have a $2 trillion deficit? Did you vote for that? Did you vote for them to print money, borrow, and overspend? Again, we're a debtor nation. We have a spending problem in this country. Period. End of story. We've been kicking the can down the road a long time, my friend. Long time. Good night, everyone. Thank you. BFF, yeah. Kevin says, Jerry, the man who always delivers. Thanks for a great show, my guy. Have a great night, everyone. No doubt, man. True. Thank you, Mimi. And we're in a broken system. We don't know it. When you're a kid, what'd they tell you? Santa Claus is coming down the chimney. Put your tooth that came out of your mouth under the pillow. And the Easter Bunny's coming. All lies, ladies and gentlemen. You know how many times I waited for Santa Claus? They told us that the food pyramid was a real thing. Remember that? Remember that plate with the food pyramid? That was a lie too. Again, this is not a healthcare system. It's a sick care system. And when you're in a broken system and you have a broken money and you can't fix it, and again, Trump is doing the best he can, but again, this big, beautiful bill, this BBBB or BBB is nothing of the sort. And Trump, again, when he first got in, he stopped kicking the can down the road like the rest of his predecessors, but now he's kicking it down the road a little bit. They have no choice. They're caught between a rock and a hard place. He entered into a system that is broken, and there's nothing he can do about it. He's trying his best, but he can't do nothing with this main chick right here. This is an ugly girl, man. But he's got a side chick on the side that's very, very pretty, and she's young. You know, she's 16, and she's pretty. She's pretty, and she's not mature yet, but she's getting there. She's getting there. Might take, I don't know, a few years, a decade, 5 years. I don't know. But she's the only thing that can get rid of this old girl. This girl's old, man, and she's not good. She spends too much money, and she's very needy. But the new girl is a girl that is young. You can't. She doesn't lie. She's pure. She ain't been with nobody else. This old one has been with everybody. Everybody got a piece of that. Nobody's got a piece of this. And this new girl's the only one that can get rid of this old hag out of our system. And if I had to take a guess, I'm pretty sure you guys know who this new girl is. I think it's the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. And that's Bitcoin. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate the zaps. I appreciate the time. And I appreciate the love. Sorry about how it was in the beginning. I was just, a little down about everything. But we live for another day. I appreciate you guys so much. And as you guys know, and I tell you every day, I love each and every one of you. And I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.